Hi, I'm Caleb Jones, and today we're going to start talking about, or in a few minutes, talking about how to set up your own location independent business. And so I have a lot of good stuff planned for you, and then we'll do a full Q&A at the end. So I'm going to wait a few minutes for everyone to file in and make sure if you guys could comment that you can both see me and hear me, that would be wonderful. And then we'll get started. I've had a good week. Most of my weeks are good. I live a pretty good life, but I've had a good week. So I'm in a good mood. And again, I'm always in a good mood. But can you have a really good week if most of your weeks are good? How does that work? I don't know how that works. I guess levels of good. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, my book just fell over. That's cool. All right, that's great. Let me just check the comments here. Good, you guys can see me. Great, wonderful, awesome, great, all good. We are streaming on, for the first time, we are streaming on both my YouTube channels. See, I get very high tech with this stuff the more we do it. Both my YouTube channels and Facebook and LinkedIn. Not bad. I would like to get to the point where maybe I'll do this next time where I'm streaming live on Instagram and the Twitter thing. What's that Twitter thing? You can stream live on Twitter now. It's called Twitter something. Just so you guys know, before we get started here, I'll shoot the shit for a little bit. Now that Elon is running Twitter, nothing's going to change. America is still going to collapse. Free speech will still get worse every year. But now that he's there, I am going back to Twitter. I just actually posted a thing about 90-Day Business Builder on Twitter yesterday. On both my Twitter, what do you call it? Twitter channels, Twitter accounts, Twitter something. So I'm there as both Black Dragon and Caleb Jones. We'll change those around to Alpha Male 2, put on Sovereign CEO. So I will have to clean that up a little bit. But I'm going to be back on Twitter. Not super excited about it. Don't like Twitter, but that's where the world is, or at least a lot of the world. So I'll be there. Let's see. I want to make sure that we're still streaming well. Okay, we're good there. Why am I not getting any LinkedIn figures? That's interesting. Let me make sure. Oh, am I not on LinkedIn? Uh-oh. Hang on. Why am I not on LinkedIn? Great. I'm not on LinkedIn. Can I add it live? Let's see. Add a new destination. Let's see if I can do this live here. LinkedIn page, LinkedIn profile. Let's do LinkedIn profile. Why is it doing this? Oh, this sucks. Why is LinkedIn not working? Damn. Hang on a moment. I'm going to see if I can do something here. Add new destination. I've never done this live on a stream. LinkedIn profile. Why is it asking for my LinkedIn login? You should already have this, StreamYard. Jeez. Okay, hang on. Please hold. Yeah, connected. I know I'm connected. Thanks. Do you know I'm connected for profile? No. Okay, I'm connected. Why is this not? Choose a LinkedIn profile. Okay, if I click it, nothing happens. Choose the profile you'd like to connect to StreamYard. And it's already connected. Thanks. And now I can't click anything. This is great. Great. Damn it. Well, let me try this one more time, and then otherwise we'll just scrap it. Oh, that upsets me. LinkedIn profile. Can we try one more here? This sucks. Okay, there's my LinkedIn profile. Connected. Want to connect to? No. Choose the profile you'd like to connect to StreamYard. I'm clicking and nothing's happening. I'm clicking. Well, if you tried to, if you're watching the recording of this and you try to get on with LinkedIn, I apologize. I don't know what happened. The LinkedIn link works in the reminder email. Well, does it? But does it though? Are any of you on LinkedIn? Are any of you live on LinkedIn? Apparently, I see none of you are on LinkedIn. I'm showing Facebook and both YouTube channels. Well, weird. Okay. Well, I apologize. I don't know what happened. I'm sure I did something wrong. Yeah. Well, well, there goes a great week. It's all fucked up now because LinkedIn doesn't work. That's right. God damn it. Right. Musk is supposedly fixing it. I think he'll make it a little less horrible. It'll still be horrible. That's what I think. Highest greetings and salutations from sunny South Africa. That is on my to-do list to go to. And I actually was planning at one point a round the world trip. We'll get started in a minute or two here. Just you guys are still coming in. Yeah, still people coming in. So to plan a round the world trip starting from Brazil to South Africa to India to Korea, because those are some places I either haven't been to or haven't spent a lot of time in. And so I said I should kill 4 or 5 birds with one stone, do literally around the world trip. So I might still do that. You're watching on LinkedIn. You're kidding. Okay. I don't understand. Well, I'm glad it's working then. According to my stuff, it shows it's not working. But all righty. All righty then, as Jim Carrey said. All right, great. Let's see. My girlfriend has 2 successful businesses selling cookies and photography. Could those be turned to online businesses, maybe info products? Both correct. Yes, you could. Yeah, you could. You guys are asking good business questions. Good. This is the topic of this. And we'll get started in a few minutes. If you've just joined us, I will get started in a few minutes. I want to get everyone filed in, and then we'll rock and roll. Hi from Australia. Should you focus your efforts on one platform or spread your marketing efforts across as much social media as you can? When you're getting started, you should focus on 2 to 3 platforms where your niche is. And that's important, not where you want to be, where your niche is. So if you're selling to younger Americans, you need to be on Snapchat, even if you hate Snapchat, certainly TikTok, right? So to older people, you should be on Facebook. So it depends. If you're selling, if it's a B2B, you should be on LinkedIn. Okay. YouTube probably for everything if you're brave enough to be on video. So you start with 2 or 3, get those really down, and then as you grow and expand, you start adding. So I'm on just about everything except for Twitter because I hate Twitter, but that's changing. But I already have a mature business. I've been doing this for, how long have I been on online as an online entrepreneur? 13 years? Something like that. 15 years? I forget. So there you go. Let's answer a few more questions, then we'll get down to business here. You guys are asking a lot of questions. So if I don't get your questions right now, we'll do a Q&A at the end. Cool? Cool. Once I have picked a niche, how do I identify the biggest problem and its solution? Any research message besides personal experience and trial and error? You interview them. LinkedIn is your friend. Email is your friend. Google is your friend. You interview them. Ask 4 or 5, 6 people on there. Offer them something for free if you have to. And ask them, what is your biggest problem? And ask them. And they'll tell you. Some won't, some will. But that's what you do. And I've done a lot of this. And that's a very big topic, but that's the bottom line answer. Ask 3, 4, 5 people in that niche. What's your biggest problem? And listen to them, see what they say. Which countries did you visit in Africa? I have a whole list. I don't have it in front of me. I didn't remember it. How much capital do you need to start this business? 0. Now, if you want to join Business Builder, that's several $1,000s, but it's tax deductible and you'll be making money in 90 days. But in terms of starting your own business, those costs, you could do it for literally 0 or very close to it, less than $100. I started this business, Sovereign CEO, okay, which is an outgrowth of Alpha Male 2.0, which itself is the outgrowth of Black Dragon. Started this in 2009 for $29. And this is a multi-6-figure income stream for me today. So you don't need a lot of money. Now, if you have money, it helps. I will actually address that in this training. Well, I'm niche down if am I niche down enough if I target bootstrapped SaaS founders looking to do content marketing? No, SaaS is not a niche. I mean, it's almost a niche. Does that sound like a viable niche? It's a gray area. It might work. It might. SaaS. I don't think SaaS is a niche anymore. I think it's become an industry. What kind of SaaS person? Not bootstrapped. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. How many marketing platforms can you use for affiliate marketing? How many? As many as you like. Unless you have some kind of exclusivity arrangement with any of them, but you can use, ClickBank, Share a Sale, you can do all kinds of stuff. So as many as you like. I wouldn't do too many. I'd focus on some good ones. So as many as you want. Any recommendation for a country where you should incorporate your business? Any country that has 0 or low corporate tax. If you can. I'm here in Dubai. I live in Dubai. 0 taxes. Why I'm here. But there's a lot of good places. Ireland, I believe, has a low corporate tax right now. Hong Kong is good. Singapore, if you can do it. There's a few things. If you're doing questions, what is your take on Taiwan and the Senkaku Islands as a possible flashpoint for conflict in Asia? 2% rule, I should be worried. I don't know if it's 2% rule, but it's definitely under 10%. Therefore I wouldn't be worried. Should we get started? Yeah, we've been going for 10 minutes. Let's get started. All right. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about a few things, and then we'll do questions and answer at the end. Okay. So if I didn't get your question, don't worry. Take deep breaths and relax. I will rewind the questions and I will go through them. Cool. Cool. So you can do that too. If you can ask questions as I'm going, and then I will rewind them and I will answer all at the end. I'll stay for as long as I can. You guys are very, very spoiled lately with all these live streams I'm doing. My God, I've never done this many live streams. This confined. This is the third live stream I've done in less than a month. I don't think I've ever done that. Don't get used to that. I'm never doing that again. That's just how the schedule worked out. I'm going to cover how to start a location independent business. If you are already on this live stream, likely, maybe not 100%, but likely you're in my mailing list and you've been getting for the past 2 weeks the business challenge, the 90-day business builder challenge videos, about 8 or 9 videos where I do free training on actually how to start a location independent business. So if you've seen those videos, I'm going to kind of summarize some stuff that we already covered in those videos. If you have not seen those videos, sorry, you should have joined my mailing list when I told you to, but no big deal. It's fine. I'm going to summarize it here. And then I'm going to talk about how I can help you, literally walk you through the process of starting your own location independent business so that you are guaranteed, and I mean that literally, we guarantee you'll be making money in 90 days. Talk about that. And then we'll do open Q&A on business topics for the rest of this training. Just to be clear, I am only discussing business in this training. I'm not discussing any other topics. So if you have any other questions that do not relate to business, keep them for the next live stream I do. And no, I don't know when I'll be doing one. I have no idea. Been a little busy lately. Very busy, frankly. My God. Busy for me, and that's pretty busy. So this training, this webinar is for you if you have never started a business before and have no idea what to sell. I want to make that very, very, very clear. It will also assist you if you have a business or a new business. We have people in the 90-day business builder program in the last iteration we did who already had businesses, a few of them. They did, and they did just fine. So it will also assist you if you are a business owner now, especially if it's a location dependent business. But if you have a location dependent business or you do not have a business, you're an employee and you have no idea where to get started, how to pick a niche. Caleb, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to pick a niche. I have no idea what to sell. That's what this is for today. That's what I'm going to help you with right now, is if you have no idea what to do. And the 90-day business builder program is specifically for you. I designed the entire program for you, the guy who says, I don't know how to sell. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to sell. I hate my job. I want to be location independent. I want to have my own income. I want to be more of a free person. I have no idea how to get started. That's what today is for. Cool? Cool. And the reason I have to say that is, even though I made that pretty clear, we're getting a lot of people interested in the 90-day business builder program, but they said, but I don't know, this probably won't work for me because I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know what to sell and I have no idea. You probably need a business idea first, right? No, you don't. We will actually walk you through that process. I'll cover that in great detail in a second. Okay. Why should you listen to me? There is a decent percentage of you who will be watching this, either the live stream and or the recording, where, let me check the numbers here. We're still good. We're still good. Who don't have a lot of exposure to me, and maybe you don't know very well who I am. A lot of you do know who I am. But for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Caleb Jones. It's kind of obvious because it says right down there, right? Wait, down there. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm primarily a business consultant. That's been my primary income for the past 25 years. I've been very, very successful at doing that. I've worked with literally hundreds of companies all over the world. Fortune 500 companies, mom and pop operations, nonprofits, associations, in about, I forget the number, 9, 10, 12 different countries. Done business internationally. I'm kind of good at this. I have made literally millions of dollars doing this as a consultant. I have started about 7 different companies. I currently own 3 companies right now, including Sovereign CEO, which is this company here, where I teach people how to create location-dependent income and move to better countries. And obviously, if you want to move to a better country, it helps to have location-dependent income, which means you need to have your own business that is location-dependent, right? So I'm going to talk about today. I'm pretty successful in terms of business and finances. I don't like talking about how much money I make, but I will just say that I make a high 6-figure income. Let's just say that. Maybe I make more, but I don't make less than that. And I've written many books. I've written 8 different books. 2 of which, my understanding from my staff is that 2 of which would be New York Times bestsellers if they were traditionally published. I did not traditionally publish them because you can make more money if you don't traditionally publish a book. So I've got online courses. I have been teaching these topics online for this specific topic for several years, other topics online for about 15 years or so. I have been self-employed entrepreneur for about the last 25 years. I'm 50. I look a little younger than I am, but I'm 50. So I've been doing this since I was 25 years old, 24. So maybe doing this 26 years. I forget. Anyway, something I know a little bit about, something I've been doing a long time. And I've been teaching people how to start location independent business for many years now. And I will cover specific examples in a minute. So let's cover how to start a location independent business. I'm actually going to tell you all of it right now. I'm going to summarize it, but this is it. I got to look at my notes here and make sure I don't forget anything. It's really 4 steps. It's 4 steps, and they're not that complicated. Matter of fact, the only hardest one is the first one. And that is you find a narrow niche, a narrow subset, a narrow demographic. And this could be either people you sell to, which means B2C, business to consumer, or it could be to companies, B2B, business to business. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. So if you're selling to business, it's a very particular kind of business, not sports companies. That's an industry, not healthcare. That's not a niche. That is an industry. That is way too broad. You don't want to sell to, I'm trying to think of demographics now, B2C. Like I sell to women. Women is not a niche. Okay, it's not. That is a matter of fact, there's more women than there is men in the world. So that's a little broad. It's not a niche. Narrow niche. And ideally, you sell something that itself is niched. So here's the worst thing you could do. I use this example all the time. I teach fitness. Who's your niche? Anyone who wants to be more fit. Okay, you're going to get slaughtered. You're going to get murdered. Do you realize how saturated that industry is? And it's not even a niche. It's an industry. Whereas, and I've used this example before because it's a real example. If you said, okay, instead of saying, I teach people to lose weight, or I teach men how to lose weight, still not a niche. Sorry. My favorite example, there's many of them, but I teach men. I'm a coach, and I show Asian men who live in the West over age 50, so older Asian men, how to gain muscle mass. And that's all I do. That's a niche. Not only is that a niche to the audience, you're also offering something that is very niched itself. It's a very niche service. So you want to find, step 1 is to identify a niche, which is hard, but you just go back to your experience, what you've done in your life, everything you've learned, everything you've heard about, everything you've researched on the internet, and you just kind of make a list of possible niches and just vet them. Make sure they actually are niches and not industries. Make sure they're as narrow as you can get it. And the question then becomes, well, what if it's too small? I get that all the time. Well, Caleb, what if the niche is too small? I've said this many times. I'm going to say it again. I have never in my life seen a niche that is actually a niche, okay, where you couldn't make a 7-figure income in that niche. Even really small ones, 7 figures. And I'm serious. That's not BS. I mean that literally. I have never seen a niche that was too small for you as an individual entrepreneur, business owner to make a 7-figure income. Okay. Now, if you want to be a multi-billionaire, if you want to be the richest man in the world like Elon Musk or whoever it is right now, different story. Then you got to sell to everybody. Good luck. Good luck working for the next 35 years and having no life for 35 years. If that's the lifestyle you want, go right. I've done YouTube videos about that. Okay. But if you want to make good money on low hours in a location independent fashion, so you have a very free lifestyle, that's the lifestyle I live, that's it. Find a niche. Okay. That's step 1. Step 2. Step 2 is to identify ideally the biggest problem that niche has. Okay. And how do I know? Well, we just talked about this. You ask them. You find people in that niche and you ask them. Now, ideally, you know people in this niche already, or you have some access to people in this niche because it's a niche you've been involved with in the past. If it's a brand new niche to you, then you need to research and find these people. LinkedIn, Google, email, phone calls, all of which I have done personally. I've done all these things. And you ask them, hey, as a accountant that services the grocery store industry, I'm just made that up. That's a niche. What is your biggest problem? What's your biggest hassle? And listen and shut up and listen to what they say. And ask 3, 4, 5, 6 guys or people or companies, and they'll tell you. And there you go. And you'll find out really quick. And now there are some weird niches. I have to throw this in here always. There are some weird niches that don't have a problem per se, but they have a strong need. Favorite example of that is people who are into golf, golfers. Do golfers, that's a niche. Okay. It's not a sport. It's a type of sports. You could say that's a niche. Do golfers have a problem? No, they just love golf. They're maniacs. Guys into snowboarding and skiing. I don't mean someone who skis. I mean a skier, someone who does it as a hobby. They love it. These people just worship these things. They spend all this stupid money on golf clubs and golf crap. And so that would be, how do you fulfill that need? But most niches have a problem you need to fix. Okay. So that's step 3. That's step 2. Step 3 is you find or create some sort of solution packaged into one of 5 ways, which I'll cover in a second. A way to help solve that problem or alleviate that problem. Maybe you can't solve that problem. Maybe you can dramatically alleviate it. I solve the problem of people not making enough money in their own businesses. Now, can I make you a multimillionaire tomorrow morning? No, I can't do that. Okay. But I can get you making money within 90 days. Be very specific about that in a second. Okay. Sometimes even sooner than that. I'll give specific examples in a moment. So you find or create. I mean that literally. You create it yourself. You figure it out yourself. Okay. Or you find it. Go find it out in the world. Do your research and find a way to do this. Sometimes you can find a solution to one niche and just port it over to a different niche and it works just as well. I've done that sometimes. Okay. So that's the third thing. And you have to make sure that the item that you're going to sell, this is called your offering, is what I call high margin. If you've been a part of the Business Builder Challenge, you saw the videos I did on that. I've also done some videos on this on my YouTube channels. I've written some articles about this. Should we have a very high markup? So the amount of money that you make per sale in terms of percentage should be huge, not 13% markup. That's dumb. No, if you sell something at 13% markup, you're going to sell thousands and thousands and thousands of those things. And that's going to be a nightmare. You have to bust your ass marketing. You're going to have to hire a bunch of customer service staff because you're going to have questions and problems. And, oh, shoot me in the face. You're going to be working very hard. Instead, if you sell something at 500% or 2,000% markup or margin, then you don't need very many sales to hit your income goals. I made more money as a consultant selling to 5 clients than I did selling to 45 clients. Huh? Right. That's right. Because I reconfigured my offering to make it much higher margin. And so I actually made more money and worked less hours. And I discovered this 20 years ago. I wrote about this in my book, The Unchained Man. Made more money in less hours, servicing less customers. So the name of the game here, in terms of high income, low work, is minimum amount of customers required to hit your income goals. You got to stop thinking like Amazon. I need millions of customers. If you want to be a multi-billionaire, I can't help you. But if you want to make a lot of money on low work, location dependent, the objective is, how do you configure your offering so you don't need a lot of people to buy your thing to make you the money you want to make? I will not sell a thing in any of my companies and any of my income streams. I have 3 companies, really 2.5 at the moment. 2.5 companies, that number varies over time. And I have about 16 income streams. I will not sell anything unless it is extremely high margin. And I've said this before. I get many opportunities. Guys hit me up all the time. Caleb, you got to sell this. Caleb, let's go to business, do this. Caleb. I say, then my first question is, what is the niche and what's the margin? Now, if it's niched, great. What's the margin? Oh, the margin's awesome. It's like 24%. No, I will not sell it. What? You're crazy. No, you're crazy. I don't want to sell something at 24%. Give me something that's, 1,000%, 10 to 1. Give me that. I'll sell that. No problem. Okay. So that is step 3. Step 4 is you market that thing using either free marketing methods or paid marketing methods. They both work. Caleb, should I do free marketing, or should I like blogging and blah, 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 or YouTube videos, or should I do paid ads? They both work. There's pros and cons to each one. The advantage of free is that it's free. It doesn't cost you any money. The disadvantage is it's going to take more time and it's going to take longer to get customers. You have to be a little more patient. Okay. And it might take longer for you to hit your income goals if you're relying 100% on free marketing. But I did 100% free marketing starting this business. For many, many, many years, this business that I started in 2009, I didn't spend a single penny on any ads. Nothing. It was all free marketing. I just put, X amount of hours per week into it. And I was making, within doing a lot of things wrong, not knowing what the hell I was doing back in 2009. I was making, I forget the number now, something like $800 a month, barely part-time, within a few months. It was paying all my utility bills and stuff. Eventually, it was paying my rent. I remember my rent back then was like $1,200. It was paying my rent within a year. And that was just a part-time thing. I was barely working on it. Okay. Free. Today, that's a multi-six-figure income stream for me. Now, today I do paid ads, but I do a lot of things today. I have a mature business. The advantage of paid marketing, like buying ads on Facebook, YouTube, what have you, is that the disadvantage, obviously, it costs money. Well, that sucks, costs money. But the advantage is you get clients fast. You get the money coming in really quick. And if you're selling something high margin and you're doing everything correctly, not bad. It pays for itself really quick. So that's the good news. And either one of these things work. You just have to do them. One or the other or both. You have to do them and market. You can't say, I don't want to market. You can't say, I'm too scared to market. You can't say, I can't afford to market, because you can do it for free. You can't say, well, I went to college, I don't do marketing, or marketing is sleazy. You can't have that attitude, or else you should just go back and get a job. Okay. And that's it. Now, in the 90-Day Business Builder program, which is available now, depending on you when you watch this video, the deadline is November 7th. That is this coming Monday. So November's the evening of that is the last time we'll allow you to schedule calls, get in the program. What we do is, I'll cover this in a second. We work with you for 12 weeks. And we guarantee you'll be making money at the end of 12 weeks. And if you're not making money at the end of 12 weeks, we will work with you literally forever until you do. Literally. We just ended the first iteration of this program a few weeks ago, and we have a few guys we're still working with right now. Matter of fact, some of those guys are going to be some of our biggest success stories. We already have a number of success stories. Matter of fact, I'll tell you a few right now. We had a guy. This is not just 12 weeks. Sometimes you'll make money a lot sooner than 12 weeks. We have a guy in the last program who within 6 weeks was a consultant, and he got his first client, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars revenue to him within 6 weeks. We have another guy who's making thousands upon thousands of dollars, many, many thousands of dollars from several different customers within, I think, 7 weeks. We have another guy who I've mentioned him before. He turned his job, his corporate job, he started a corporation, he started an LLC, turned his job into a client. So less work, more income, and less taxes. Win, 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 win in the program. Before, I think he did it, I want to say he did it within 10 weeks. I think he did it before the 12-week thing. On and on and on and on and on and on. Now, if you go to 90daybizbuilder.com with the links below, okay, you can see the little thing going. Also, there's a link below this video. There should be. We have some testimonial videos there and some other stuff you can check out. And we'll cover that in a little bit. But let me see. Let me make sure I covered everything. Let me cover two misconceptions about this, about starting your own business. One is, and I just got that question, well, I need a lot of money. I still see this on the internet. I can't believe how often I see this excuse. My God. Well, I can't start a business. I don't have any money. Just about every company I have ever started, I started for less than $100. There was a book written by Chris Guillebeau, who actually is a fellow Portland, Oregon native like myself. And he has a whole book on, what's it called? The $100 Startup. And he lists all these companies you can start for less than $100. You don't need a lot of money to start a business. That is not an excuse. You are dumb. No. Even my first business, when I went, full-time as an IT consultant way back in the 90s, I borrowed a bunch of money to buy a bunch of crap because I thought I needed the money, but I didn't. I bought a server and I bought a dumb laptop I never used, and I bought business cards I never used, and I bought a bunch of stupid shit I didn't need. I could have started that business for $300 and I would have done the same amount of business. It would have been fine instead of me going into debt. It was so stupid. So that is a misconception. You don't need money to start a business. Now, if you have money, that is good because you can get from zero to the money faster if you have money or access to money, credit cards, what have you, so you can buy ads. So that is true, but you don't need it. Okay, make sure you understand this. And number two, for this program at least, you don't need to know anything about business. This program is designed for beginners. It's designed for you guys who don't know anything about starting a business. You have no idea what to sell. You have no idea what niche to say. Maybe you have some ideas, but you have no clue. We will show you exactly how to find a niche and walk you through the process, and we will find a niche with you. We will work with you. This is not like, here's how to do it, bye. That's most of my courses. Most of my courses are video courses, and they're very good. But the disadvantage of video courses, here's what to do, okay, bye. That's the disadvantage of a video course. This is very, very different. We actually work with you. I'll discuss that in a second. So let me overview how this works really quick. I mentioned some of this before. It is a 12-week program, 90 days, 90-day business builder. However, in this iteration, if you sign up in the next few days, okay, to get into this iteration, so the deadline is November 7th. The program actually begins the following Saturday, which is November 12th. That's our first session, okay? And because of the holidays, we have 2 holidays that we have Christmas and New Year's. We're suspending those 2 weeks in terms of sessions, but we'll still probably be talking to you in terms of accountability coaching. I'll cover that in a second. So this particular program is actually 14 weeks. Okay. So you guys get an extra 2 weeks in a way because of the holidays. Not bad. So it goes from November 12th to 14 weeks after that, somewhere in February something. I forget. I don't know. So we work with you for that. I'm going out of focus. I'm going to go in and out of focus because that's how my webcam works because I move my hands. Come back. There we go. Here's how this works. Once every Saturday, we have a live session where we all together and we go through the process of the next set of assignments for the next week. And we have 3 phases of the program. I'll cover those in a second. And so we give you your assignments. You're actually in our Basecamp, which is our project management system with your to-do lists. And there's a message board in there where you can communicate with other guys in the program and your accountability coach. Talk about that in a second. And then every week, we build on what we did on the prior week. So every week, we move you closer and closer and closer to the end result of money within 90 days, if not sooner. Okay. And we actually encourage you in this program, unlike other programs. I actually say in the first session of this program, if you want to skip ahead, you can skip ahead because we want you making money as fast as you can because we want to be able to brag about you to sell more of these programs, right? So you can jump ahead of this. You don't have to wait for the group. You can jump ahead as far as you want. But the way it works is between each session during the week, you'll be assigned an accountability coach. And that person will work with you directly over Basecamp and help you through the process. If you get stuck, if you have questions, if you have challenges, if you get nervous, he's there to help you. On this iteration, we actually have 2 of them. Last time we had 1. Now we have 2 of them. Awesome. And you'll be working with that person over the 12 weeks, in this case, 14 weeks. And that way we make sure that by the end of 9 days, you'll be making money. And the guarantee is you will be making money within 90 days. And if not, we will work with you forever until you do. Literally, because we know this works. Now, obviously, there's some requirements to that. If you don't do what we tell you to do and you're just farting around, well, then you violate the guarantee, but that's your fault. As long as you do what we tell you to do, we'll work with you forever. And I mean that, forever until you make money. And it won't take forever. Maybe it'll take you, instead of 12 weeks or 14 weeks, maybe take you 17 weeks. Okay, 17 weeks, make thousands of dollars. I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be fine. So that's how this works. So there's 3 phases of the program. So it's 3 months. The first month is nothing but niche. We spent an entire month going through with you, helping you develop and select a niche. To find a niche, we help you vet the niche to make sure it's a valid niche. We make sure the niche actually has the money for what you want to sell them. Then we work with you on exactly what to sell to that niche and how to price it. We spent an entire month doing nothing but that, nothing but niche, because that's the reason I do that is A, it's one of the most important decisions you'll make in your business. B, that is probably the number 1 question I get in my content over the past 5-6 years when I've been talking about this stuff. Caleb, how do you select a niche? Is this a niche? Is that a niche? I don't know about a niche. So we spent an entire month making goddamn sure you have the perfect niche and the perfect offering to sell that niche. So that's the first phase, phase 1, first month. The second month, the middle month, is actually the easiest month in my opinion. It's all the logistics, setting up your website, setting up your mailing list, setting up your social media if it's appropriate, setting up your payment systems, setting up your LLC if that's something you want. It's not required, but you can. Setting up all the logistics, that's the middle month, the second month. Okay. So by the end of that, you're ready to rock. And then the final month is marketing, 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 marketing. What we do is we put you in one of 5 tracks for the offering and one of 2 tracks for the marketing. This is how this works. Because you might be wondering, well, how can you show me how to do any business? Aren't there differences? Yes. So when we do the offering with you, we develop the offering, what you're going to sell to your niche, we put you in one of 5 tracks. You're either going to sell consulting, coaching, and the difference is consulting is selling advice to a company, a group of people in a company. Coaching is you working one-on-one with one human. That's the difference. Other than that, it's about the same, but it's a different model slightly. So coaching, consulting, or you'll sell some sort of course, video course, audio course, what have you, or you'll sell some sort of membership program, some kind of recurring membership thing. Or lastly, you'll sell a service, either a business service or a personal B2C one-on-one service. Doesn't really matter. Okay. One of those 5 things. So if you want to sell hard products, I'm sorry, it probably won't work for this program. And the reason for that is I can't guarantee you that you'll be making real money in 90 days selling hard products. It's a little more complicated than that. Okay. Other things too. It's not that you can't make money. Obviously, you can make money selling hard products. I just can't guarantee it. With these 5 things, I can guarantee you'll be making money in 90 days with us helping you. Guaranteed, guaranteed. So we put you in one of these 5 tracks. Then on the 3rd month, when we start talking about marketing, we put you in one of 2 tracks. This is one of the changes we made in this iteration. Every time we do this, we get better. So this is actually better than the last iteration we did. And the last one was amazing. One of 2 tracks, paid marketing or free marketing. And you pick one. And we have very specific techniques you will follow in each of those 2 tracks. Make sense? So if you don't have any money for marketing, no problem. You choose the free one. If you have some money to spend on marketing, you pick the paid marketing track. Okay. And then in 90 days or sooner, in many cases, you're making that cash. Guaranteed. Or we'll work with you forever until you do. Let me show you one thing here really quick. Let me see her. I'm going to share my screen 1 second. I'll show you a few things, and then I'll get to your questions. How are we doing on time? We're doing perfect on time. Caleb, good job. Thanks, Caleb. All right, hang on. Let's see. Share screen. Hang on. Doop, 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 doop. Hang on. One moment. Okay. So this is actually just 90daybizbuilder.com. This is the website. I want to go through a few things really quick on everything you get. So I didn't mention this. The first thing you get as soon as you sign up, and you got to sign up by next week. Okay. That's the deadline. The deadline. So here's how this works really quick. You have to schedule a phone call with one of our guys to make sure you get all your questions answered, all that good stuff. Okay. So you have until Monday night, November 7th to schedule that call. That's what that button up here is for. Schedule your free phone call. Okay. That way you can go over all the logistics and figure everything out. Okay. If the program is for you, then you can sign up. So you have until the 12th to sign up, but you have until the 7th to schedule your call. You can't really sign up without scheduling a call. Does it make sense? So you can schedule your call on the 7th or before the 7th and have the call actually take place after the 7th, between the 7th and 12th. Make sure you have those dates. Okay. So anyway, when you sign up, you'll actually get 3 of my business courses. Well, 2 courses plus a book. You'll get the Alpha 2.0 business course, the most important video course I've ever done, how to start a location-dependent business from scratch. You get that immediately. You also get the How to Get Clients course, how to get clients, how to get customers. We cover about, I think, 17 different ways of how to get clients and customers. And then you also get my book, Big Income from Little Work, also how to set up a location-dependent business. I want you to have all these materials before you start the program, so you're ready to go. So by Saturday, you're ready to go. You have all the materials to refer to if you need it. And those are free as part of the program. I normally charge retail, I charge $1,300 for the Alpha 2.0 business course and about $700 for the How to Get Clients course. Free as part of this program. Just throw it in there. Okay. Then, as I mentioned, we're going to have 12 live Zoom sessions once per week. These are on Saturdays because we know most of you have jobs. Okay. And if you want to know what time, they're in the early afternoon Eastern time. And the reason for that is that's when both North, South America, and Europe are awake. That way we're covering most of the planet that way. So if you're in Europe, it's in the evening. If you're in the United States, Canada, South America, it's early afternoon. Okay. All the sessions are recorded. So if you miss them, you can record them and you have access to the recordings forever. Yours forever. Okay. You'll be part of our business builder system, which is actually down here in our Basecamp, our corporate management software, where we give you your assignments and things like that. And all of your stuff that you do, all the work, all the notes, everything you do, you have access to even after the program. We have set up, I actually spent a decent hunk of my money, speaking of money, and I set up an entire Basecamp iteration just for this program. That's it. Okay, so you're actually in there with everyone else and the accountability coaches, which is the other thing too. Your accountability coach will contact you. You'll be in contact with him almost every day. He's available at you as you need him. This program is designed to be used. We want you to ask questions. We want you to get the help that you need, because my objective is for everyone in this program to make that money at the end of 90 days so I can brag about this, so I can sell more of these programs. That's my not so ulterior motive. Okay, so we want you to ask questions. We want to work with you on this. Let's see. Testimonials. There's a few testimonial videos you can watch. I described some of those guys. Let me show you this. Some of you may have already seen this. So if you can't see this, this was the survey, the result of the survey we did after the last Business Builder that we closed about a few weeks ago, okay? We asked them, how would you rate your experience overall in the 9-day Business Builder program on a scale of 1 to 10? Insane. I did a video on this recently. 60% rated this a 9. Almost a third rated this a perfect 10. Okay, look at the accountability coach. Oh, excuse me, wait. Oh, crap, I need to fix this. I just screwed this up. And I just did this myself. I got to fix that. So the accountability coaching is like 50% rated them a 10. I got to fix the website. I'll do that after this live stream. Damn it. Anyway, I can tell you for a fact, I have been involved in coaching programs for the past 25 years, both as a customer and as a teacher. These kinds of numbers, you don't see these kinds of numbers. You don't. You don't see these kinds of numbers. You see a lot of 4s and 5s. You almost never see any 10s. Everyone rated this an 8 or higher. That's how good this program is. Empirical data, that's it. This is the screenshot from this. I was shocked at this. We were all shocked, like, oh my God. We were very happy. We're like, Jeff, who is the coordinator of this program, he said, Caleb, I got to show you something. You're not going to believe it. He's like, this makes you so happy. I said, what? He goes, I want to show you. I want to show you. And he showed me. I'm like, what the hell? So there you go. Guarantee at least $1,000 in gross income. I'll say it's net income. Okay. At the end of 9 days, or else we'll keep working with you forever until you make it. Okay. November 7th is your deadline. What else do I want to say about that? I think that's it. That's pretty much it. One last thing about this. This is just kind of an overall thing. And I've talked about this before. You have 2 choices when you're going through a process like this. Option 1 is you can do it yourself. Okay. You can try to go online and buy all the books and buy all the courses and try it out and trial and error and fuck it up, waste a bunch of money, waste a bunch of time. It took me years to make the money I make now. And a lot of it was trial and error because I do it by myself. Okay. So that's one option. You can do that. If you want to work really hard and bust your ass and go overcome failure and, great. That's fine. That's an option. I did it. It was hard. I had to work really fucking hard. I had no life while I was doing it, but you can do that's one option. Or option 2, you can get help from the experts. And you can have the experts just show you what to do, and then you just do it. Literally. How much faster do you think it'll be if experts show you how to do it? I will give you my personal example that I'm going through right now, okay? I've mentioned this. I am in a coaching program myself. I do these. I'm a part of coaching programs like this. Not this one. I already have a business. But I've been in very expensive coaching programs. I'm in one right now, in a fitness program, okay? Run by a guy who is a big, big fitness guy on YouTube, okay? It cost me thousands of dollars. And I said, okay, I can either do this myself, lose weight and get some muscle mass and get ripped and all that fun. So I can do it myself and fuck around and fuck around and fuck around. Or I can say, okay, forget it. I'm just going to hire some experts and have them tell me what to do, and I'll just do it. I am 50 years old. I know I don't look it, but thank you. I'm 50 years old. I have experienced more strength gains in the past, 4 months than I ever had in my entire life, even when I was a gym rat back in high school when I was 18. I would have never done that if I was doing this myself. I promise you. Now, I would probably eventually make gains, but not like this and not this fast. It's crazy. The numbers I'm doing, I'm like, holy shit, I'm strong. And I'm not even done. God damn. Why? Because I'm using experts to help me, to have them tell me what to do. And I just say, yes, master, and I do it. I don't like following instructions, but I do it when I pay for it. And it has worked. Oh, I've lost some weight too. Lost some body fat too. I'm a little worse at that than gaining muscle mass. I'm a very endomorphic guy, high testosterone. It's easier for me to gain muscle mass. But you get my point. So that's how this works. You can fart around with this and do this yourself, or you could have us show you what to do, literally take you by the hand and walk you through the process, and then you get the result. And the reason I made this program, I said this way back when I first did this, 6 months ago, is because you guys were complaining that you couldn't do it. You needed more help. That's why I built this program. Literally, is you guys told me to do this indirectly. And this program has been so successful and so popular, as I just showed you, that I decided a while back, about 2 months ago, to make this program, the 90-Day Business Builder, the flagship product of this company, the Sovereign CEO Business. I have other important products, okay? But this is like this is the flagship product. This is what we're going to focus on because this works. My God, it's awesome. You'll see what I'm talking about when you join, if you join. Okay. It costs a few $1,000s. Just to be clear, it costs a few $1,000s. We're not going to do this for $500. Okay. I don't know why guys schedule phone calls and they go, really? I only have $200. Costs a few $1,000s. However, it is 100% tax deductible. You can write it off in your taxes immediately. It is a business expense. Even if you don't yet have a business, you can write it off on your job income. Please check with your accountant on this. Okay. And you are guaranteed to make money unless you decide to not go through the program. That's up to you, but that's on you. But if you do what you're told, you're guaranteed to make money. You'll make that back and a hell of a lot more. That's the whole point of this program. The amount of money you'll make in a lifetime from this business that you design now is going to be way more than the few $1,000s you spend in this program tax deductible. That makes sense? So 90daybizbuilder.com. You can go there to schedule your phone call. Your deadline is this Monday, November 7th. If you're watching the recording of this, you don't have a lot of time. What is this, Thursday? You don't have a lot of time. This is the last few days. We've been launching this now for 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Longer than that, actually. 4 weeks? We're down to the wire here. Last 4 days. Okay, and we can't make any exceptions. Cool? Cool. Okay. I think I'm done. Yeah, let's do your questions. I'm going to rewind the questions here to the top and answer. Try to keep your questions to the topic of business or business-related topics, if you would, please. Let's see. Is writing for Fiverr, Upwork, or any platform with rules to follow and take a cut of earnings in Alpha 2.0 business? Yes, it is, because it's location dependent. And yes, the answer is yes. Now, what you want to do is that's a way to get started. You want to focus on that. What you would do is that's a good way of getting started. Fiverr, Upwork, things like that. Get started, get a client base, and then have your own business and get off those platforms so you can charge yourself. Okay, so you can actually direct and bill your customers yourself and do your own marketing. So I view those things as a stepping stone. But technically the answer is yes, it will. What does it cost for you to do a 3-year residency visa in Dubai? Depends on how you're doing your visa. If it's a work visa, if it's a marriage visa, if it's a something visa, if it's a corporate visa. I do corporate visas. And so those are expensive. That's going to run you $4,000, 4 or 5,000, no, 4,000 US per year. But I don't care because I don't pay taxes by being here. So I save a lot more than $4,000. If it was $10,000, I'd pay it. If it was $15,000, I'd pay it. But I think it's $4,000 for the corporate visa. That's what I have. You may get a different visa. Depends how you do it. Is cold B2B outreach dead in the water, or where the hell can we successfully do it? I don't understand your question. Cold outreach, you mean like marketing? I don't understand. I made a lot of money in my marketing company doing cold ads, cold marketing to B2B. We did telemarketing. We did direct mail. I've done business stuff on LinkedIn, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's not dead in the water. No, I don't understand your question. How to turn a very low margin existing business into a high margin one. Great question. You have to completely revamp your offerings. Stop selling what you're selling and start selling something with higher margin. How can you revamp that? It's not revamp the business, it's revamp the offering. And in some cases, you may have to tweak the niche too, depending on what you're selling. I don't know what you're selling, but instead of selling this low margin thing, how can we completely transform this and start selling a high margin thing and offering more value? The high margin thing will offer more value to the customer, right? So the 90-day business builder is more expensive than my video courses, right? It is, but you get a lot more value with 90-day business builder than you do with one of my video courses, right? So it's higher margin for me, and it's higher price point, but the customer is getting way more value because we're actually showing them what to do and holding their hand and making them do it. And they're actually making money in 90 days. Make sense? So how do you raise the value and how you charge more money? Not just charge more money, better margin. You have to completely redo how you're thinking about this. Where is the niching exercise you mentioned in day 2 that's supposed to be in the next lesson? Off the top of my head, I don't know. Is it not in the next lesson? Is it not there? Should be. I don't know. So what I'm going to probably do is go back through those courses, he's talking about the free business builder challenge. I'm going to go back through and clean those up a little bit. They're good. I think they can be a little better. And so If we're missing a session, or if I make a statement that doesn't actually happen, then I'll have to fix all that. Let's see. What do you do if your ads attract people outside of your niche? You change your niche. What do you do if your ads attract people outside your niche? Redo your ads. Something wrong with your ads. If you're tracking a lot, you can attract some. You'll always get some people. I attract some people outside of my niche in my content. So my Alpha Male 2.0 business has a very specific, narrow type of man that it sells to. But sometimes men who are way outside the niche are super into that stuff. I mean, I have, married guys in their 60s who love Alpha Male 2.0. That's fine. But if you're getting a lot, that's on you. You have to ask yourself, why are we getting all these people in the wrong niche? Your ads are off. Your advertising is wrong. Is it a good idea to have someone good design products for holidays, get a Chinese factory to build it and ship it with Amazon FBA? Can that be a good Alpha 2.0 business? Is it good? There's no such thing as is something good. Could that work? Yes, that could work. Selling hard products, as long as the margins are good and they're niched. So everything I said about margin niche applies to hard products. Yes, that can work. That's not my area, and products again takes a little more time to scale up. But the answer is yes, that could work. You bet. But we do not teach that in the 90 Business Builder. You cannot sell products in this program. And I talk about why. I'm doing Airbnbs and moving into teaching it, but so far I'm new and I have issues outsourcing tasks. Okay. You need to suck it up and start outsourcing. And that's emotionally uncomfortable for us entrepreneurs to do, and you just have to do it. You will not ever be able to scale your income to something big if you are scared to outsource. I've done many YouTube videos about this. You just have to grit your teeth and do it. And the way you do it is operations manuals and SOPs, standard operating procedures. You write down an entire procedure. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do that. So an 8th grader could understand it. And then you hand it to the person you hire. And you say, do this. And you watch them do it maybe once or twice. And then you set them free. Okay, that's it. And then you follow the rule of 3. You may have to fire that person. That person may be a moron. A lot of morons today. A lot of morons. Or if the person is American, they'll have all kinds of personal problems in their personal lives. And you have to fire them. Okay. And then you have to hire the next person. And then you have to hire 2 or 3 people to find the right one. You got to do it. I know it sucks. Why am I blurry again? Still blurry. There we go. My webcam is touchy. How can I manage my time and emotional state while I'm going through a life crisis? Trying to get more done, even though I'm tired and stressed and get home from work. Well, it's a little off topic, but I'll answer it. The baseline: sleep, water, diet, exercise. Those 4, hit those 4 hard. Make sure those are baseline. You need to be in bed at least 7 hours a night. Drink lots of water. You should be exercising hard every 48 hours minimum. I don't have time. Make time. Gonna have to. Okay. All those basics. Cover those basics first. Get a really strong baseline. One of the reasons I'm happy all the time and I have all this energy is my baseline is perfect 7 days a week. I make sure it is. And I go crazy. I mean, testosterone, vitamins, sex, all these things. You have to make sure all these things are covered. Okay. Otherwise, you will get depressed. You will get stressed out or pissed off. That's how normal people are. They're not doing any of that stuff. They're getting 5 hours of sleep. They're drinking a bunch of coffee in the morning, right? They're not exercising at all. They're not meditating at all. Okay. They're not getting laid at all. Or if they are, it's just some ugly chick they've been with for 45 years. These things aren't going to boost your energy levels. Sorry, it's the way it works. Thanks to Q&A, was wondering what is the best country to find freelancers outsource work. I'm looking in Nepal and Thailand so far. I like the Philippines a lot. Nepal's great. Thailand is good. India is very good. Bangladesh is fantastic. So there's a bunch. Is a niche the people you're serving, or is it a type of product service you're providing? Great question. It's both. So you can niche both aspects. You can niche the audience and niche the offering. You should have at least one, or at least the audience should be niched. So if you sell fitness advice, okay, that sucks. But if you only sell it to women who just had a baby and want to lose the baby fat, that's a niche. Okay. Now it's even better if you niche the offering. So you would sell something like flexibility training to women who just had a baby or something like that. I'm just coming up with examples off the top of it. You get my point. So it applies to both the offering and the audience. And ideally you want to do both. Okay. Good question. Very good question. How would you go about identifying a niche and an industry you have no personal experience with? Is it a good idea? Yeah, it's a great idea. That's fine. As long as you can help them. So one of the niching techniques is called a drill down. And so what you do is you say, okay, sports. That's a broad industry. So how we can narrow that? Sports. Extreme sports. Okay, I've narrowed a little more. Now let's go. Let's see. What's the next level down? Skydiving. Okay. All right. Is that a niche? Almost. Now, how do we get down to skydiving equipment? So I'm going to sell skydiving equipment to skydivers. Boom, there's your niche. Selling hard products in that case. Okay. So yeah, yes, the answer is yes. Hey, Caleb, are free training videos an example of drip marketing? Yes, they are. How do you choose a value-based price point for your service when the client's financial benefit can't really be quantified? Oh, good question. How do you solve that when you did time management consulting? You can, so a few things. One is you can assign a value to it. So when I did time management consulting, I would still try to assign a value. When I gave dating advice, I still do this. I assign some kind of value to that. Okay. You can assign some kind of monetary value. You can also assign time value. How much time will it free up if you do X, Y, and Z? Because that's just as important as money. So maybe the benefit isn't financial. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's emotional. There's an emotional component to this. What is the financial ROI of taking a vacation? Well, there is none. So they don't talk about how much money you'll make if you go to Hawaii for a week, right? They talk about the emotional benefit you get, and you quantify that as much as you can. Good question. Good questions, guys. Damn. Hang on one second. I'm going to check my phones here to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. What are all the freaking ways, man, to massively scale an Alpha 2.0 business, save outsourcing and marketing? Other than outsourcing and marketing, you radically change what you're selling, your offerings, to make them high margin, high value, high price point. Okay, so if you're selling something that's $500, how do you sell something that's $25,000? How do you do that? I can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No, I can't. Yes, you can. Stop being a baby. Yes, you can. How do you do that? If that's just too much, how do you sell something $15,000? In addition to marketing and outsourcing. Okay. What's your opinion on moving to a new country outside of the Western world without location-dependent income? If you're impatient and want to leave your country, go ahead. I've said this before. If you just can't stand it, move. Just move. Get a bullshit job in the new country, or teach English or something. Sure. If you just can't stand it, I relate to that. I wasn't going to leave the United States. Many of you follow my content. You know this. We've been following my content for a while. I wasn't going to leave the U.S. until 2025, but I left in 2021. Why? Because by early 2020, late 2019, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait till 2025. This could be much worse. I got to get out now. So I got the hell out. I remember I told my wife in late 2019, early 2020, I said, you know what? I know we're planning on 2025. I'm not going to wait another 5 years. It's going to be so bad 5 years. Fuck this. It's going to drive me nuts. I'm out in 2020, or we are out in 2021. She was, oh. I said, yeah, sorry. So yeah, if you can't stand it, get out. Get out, get out, get out. Is repackaging and selling someone else's services, such as group instruction classes, a good high margin Alpha 2.0 idea? Depends on what you're charging and depending on what the niche is. Depends. If you're charging, probably information is high margin by nature. Training is a little less high margin. So it depends on how you're packaging. If it's a course, sure. When I sell an online course, this is why I like online courses. I charge what? $697, $997, $1497. What's my cost of goods on that sale? What's my cost of sale? The credit card charge, which is 4%. What else? That's it. The rest goes right in my pocket. Now, not literally. I have other costs, but you get my point. In terms of margin, in terms of markup, it's amazing. Whereas if you sell a car, right? You sell a car for $20,000. Your cost of sale is $18,000 or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. $17,000? That sucks. Fuck that. You got to sell a lot of cars then. Not into it. When selling to companies, what's the best way to get a hold of the CEO, secretary to set appointments with their boss? I suppose calling the CEO themselves is too intrusive. Well, here's how I do this. First of all, is it CEO? COO? Would you say? CEO. First of all, I would try to sell something you don't need to sell to the CEO if the company is large. So that's how I got away with it. The reason I made a lot of money consulting is I would sell to the CFO. And I found that the CFO could approve my services and was much easier to get a hold of than the CEO. So that's a little business hack. Try not to sell to the CEO unless you're only selling to very small companies. So that's another option. If you sell to companies that are under 20 employees, getting a hold of CEO is easy. That's real simple. 30 employees, 40 employees, sometimes up to 100 employees. But if your thing is, I have to sell the CEO and the company is medium size or larger, 500 employees or larger, that's tough. And so then you have to get a hold of the access to the secretary. You may have to talk to several different people first to get permission to go through the secretary. The really good book on that is Bag the Elephant by Kaplan, Richard Kaplan talks about that. How to get an accountant that has experience in out of the country matters. That's very difficult. And the best way to do that is to, I was going to say something that doesn't apply. You're going to have to interview a lot of accountants. Do your research. It's the best I can recommend. Interview a lot of accountants and do your research. Hey, I am doing a lot of stuff in these countries. Are you versed in international blah, 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 blah? Well, that means no. They go, yes, I have. I work with clients and and then great, give them a shot. For your Get Residency course launching in March, this is tax deductible. I don't believe so. No, because it's not business. So unfortunately, no, it's not. And it's not a course, it's a service. We do it for you. What he's referring to really quick, that you guys don't know, is we're doing a do it for you Get Residency in Paraguay service in March, where you fly down to Paraguay and we actually take you around all the appointments and do everything for you. And you literally give you residency. It's awesome. It's not a course. We do it for you. All you have to do is show up. You have to mail us you have to send us an email, a few documents, email us or mail us some documents or a FedEx. And then you wait, you go down March, we take you to all the appointments and we just do everything for you. It's a flat fee, covers everything. It's awesome. But no, that will not be tax deductible because it's not business. It's not a business expense, unfortunately. Now you can save money if you use your residency to move the hell out of the United States or cuckoo Canada or suicidal Europe. Okay. That's what I did. It's awesome. Hello, sir. I have a question that a lot of people are moving to Canada, US, and Australia. Yes, they are. I'm 25 years old. And I really want to immigrate to US and Canada and US because I love it. I cannot help. So here's the deal. If you live in a shithole country, then yes, it is less bad for you to move to the Western world. Fine. So if you live in a really, crappy country, sure, move to the US. Here's the irony of this. If you live in the Western world, you don't want to live in the Western world. You want to get out of the Western world. It's collapsing. You can actually live better if you go to somewhere like Paraguay, Dubai, various other countries, Uruguay, Colombia, Thailand. Is a niche a type of market of people? It is a narrow type of person. So a niche is not like women. Okay, that's not women, right? That's not a niche. So it's a narrow type of person. Let's see. I'm in a niche. What's my niche? Expat Americans over 50. I'm a niche. If you call, am I a niche in that I'm a man? No. A man who needs to lose weight, not a niche. So it's narrow. Cool. Oh my God, Mrs. Rukalova, how are you? You're looking hot. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're wrong. Choose specific niche. I'm just kidding. Choose specific niche. Ask them for biggest pain points. Find outsource white label JV the solution. You could do that. And then market the heck out of it to the above niche. Correct. You nailed it. That's it. That's it, bro. Is it a good decision to immigrate US, Canada, young age for the first time? What country are you from? And I can answer that question. Do you have to make public what your niche is? Yes. Like on your website, or can you just tailor your marketing analytics to that particular niche? Both. Say it outright. I only work with companies who do this. I made so much more money. It took me years to figure out this niche thing. And I knew it before I did it because I was just lazy and stubborn and stupid. When I started saying I only sell to companies that do this. So when I used to consult to anyone who needed computer help, I made decent money, but not big money. And I had to work 70 hours a week. Sucked. When I started my marketing company and I started selling to on-site IT consultants, and that's it, I do marketing services for on-site IT support companies. That's it. I will not take you as a client if you're not in that category. And I turned down business. Well, we sell web software, but we really want to work with you. No. Boy, did I make a lot of money on very low hours. Very low hours. So yes, tell them. And it reflects on all your content. Yes. Let's see. Where was I? That was my place. What exactly does a consultant do for a business that creates tangible results? There's 10,000 answers to that question. You can be a productivity consultant. You can be a management consultant. You can be an inventory control consultant. You can be a manufacturing consultant. You can be a software consultant. You can be a tech consultant. You can be a security consultant. You can be a financial consultant. You can be a legal consultant. You should get my course, the 6-figure location independent consultant, iconsultantcourse.com. It shows you how to be a consultant. So all kinds of stuff. Is there a need to check if a given niche is saturated within business solutions? Then it's not a niche. Or if that part of identifying the business problem is problem step, or is that part of identifying the biggest problem step already? This is a good question that I get that is completely wrong. So I'm not picking on you. If a niche is saturated, it's not a niche. You can't saturate a niche. You can only saturate an industry like fitness. Okay, you can saturate that. Okay, being an influencer, that's saturated. Now, Tai Lopez just said that a few weeks ago, right? He would know. So if it's saturated, it's not a niche. It's an industry. You can't saturate a niche. If you're niched, you're the only guy in that niche selling that thing. So everyone has to go to you. That's the definition of my business success in the last 15 years or so. Yeah, 15, 20 years, not 25 years, because before I wasn't niched. It was stupid. The last 15 years, the biggest reasons I've made the money I've made is because I was narrowly niched and I was the only guy talking about what, or more or less the only guy talking about what I was talking about. My Alpha Male 2.0 content, my other channel, I talk about how men can date multiple women all at the same time with no drama, and the women let you do it long term. Who else talks about that? Nobody, right? So I was niched, okay? That's the way it works. Uruguay and South Africa as living flag bases. Cool. Love Uruguay. South Africa, but love Uruguay. UAE economic flag. Good. Armenia, Mexico, and Paraguay as residency flags. Great. And Argentina and Southern Brazil, your thoughts on this? I'm not a big fan of South Africa, but you are so 5 flagged, you're okay. So that's fantastic. I see no problems with any of that. That's actually fantastic. Great. Interesting. I need to take notes. Yes, take notes. Just kidding. Miss Firefly, are you out there? Sweetie? Come here for a sec. Oh, you want to bed? All right. Good night. It's 11 p.m. here in Dubai. My wife is going to sleep. Let's see. I was going to say something cute and funny, but it would embarrass her, so I won't. Because we're live. How to become a location-independent legal consultant. I've looked online, and they tell me I need a degree. Well, in a legal capacity, you might need a fucking degree, unfortunately. So that's why then I wouldn't do it. So I've said this many times. If you need a degree to do something, I wouldn't do it. If you need any education, any educational certificate to do a thing, don't do it. That's my rule. That's my rule. I don't have a college degree. I have no certifications whatsoever. I don't even have a high school diploma. Shh, don't tell anybody. Why? There's so many ways you can make money without doing that bullshit. So I wouldn't know. All the legal consultants I've worked with have degrees. You don't need to be bar or whatever to be a legal consultant. That's true. You can be a consultant without a degree. That's me. But legal consultant, I don't know. You might need that. I couldn't answer that question. Should get my friend Bruce on here and ask him that. Caleb, if you had to think long and hard, what is a consulting service solution with the highest literal prices that can be charged for said service? Well, that's a good question. So the consultants that I know who make, hardcore high 7 figures, it's not because of the type of consulting they do. It's the level at which they're doing that consulting. They do it with giant companies. They can walk into a Fortune 500 company to not the CEO, because at that point you don't need the CEO, but like an executive vice president, and just slap down their I'm such and such consultant. Here's my bona fides, and they'll hire him and pay, they'll pay him $800,000. They'll just do it. So it's not about the type of consulting, it's at the level at which they're doing it. You can make good money at any type of consulting. Oh, now, speaking very generally, the less technical the consulting is, the more you can charge for it. So a management consultant can charge more money than like an IT consultant. Does that make sense? So you're actually, if you're really technical, you're actually limiting your income as a consultant. I learned this myself. Okay. So it's a very big topic. Do you have experience operating a foreign business entity as a U.S. citizen who has a primary flag abroad? Yes, that's what I do. Yes, I'm Caleb Jones. That's what I do. Thank you. Yes. From what I understand, some contacts, tax reporting is involved. Yes, you need to have some really good tax attorneys to help you. Yes, probably in several different countries. Yes, correct. Basically, which consulting attracts the literal highest prices for consulting packages? Again, same answer to that. Non-technical consulting, non-financial, higher end management consulting. Speaking in general, since affiliate marketing requires less work than creating materials yourself, can this be done alongside your location independent business? Of course, I would pick one or the other and focus on one at a time. Don't do multiple things at the same time. Focus on one at a time, one income stream at a time, then add the next one, then the next one. Don't say I'm going to start my business and do affiliate marketing at the same time. Don't do that, please. One first, then add the second one. Hang on a sec. What are your thoughts using AI, machine learning, and software to do all the solution creation and implementation for consulting clients? Well, that's fine if it makes sense. Now, the problem with that is that sounds very expensive. That sounds very lot of money to get in there. I like to start for lower costs, but other than that disadvantage, I think it's fine. I'm really confused with the process of registering a business and setting up bank accounts in a different country. Which one of your courses would be best to learn this? None of my courses address that specifically. None of them do. None of them address that specifically. What's pricing? I'm new here. What's pricing? What's pricing for the 90-day business builder? Several $1,000s. There are some discounts that you might be able to be eligible for depending on various scenarios. Go to 90daybusinessbuilder.com, schedule your phone call, and he can give you all. And there's payment plans where I'm very flexible about this. You got to do this before the 7th. Excuse me. What is the time of the Saturday session in GMT? I don't know. It's approximately, don't quote me on this, I don't know, around 1 p.m. EST, American EST. So figure that out. If we feel need more direct help, can we get more coaching through Boss Cooperative? Anytime you want. That's what they're there for. How will the 90 integrate with the coaches at Boss Cooperative? Many coaches, the head coach at Boss Cooperative, Billy, is putting on most of the sessions. She is someone who makes high six figures location dependent. So she's directly involved in this. Jeff is also involved in both Boss Cooperative and Sovereign CEO. He's both. He's kind of all over the place. So we're direct, and you can also get additional coaching. It's an extra cost. If you want a lot of one-on-one coaching, you can do that as part of the program for an extra cost. It is an extra cost, though. We had to keep the price low. The reason the price isn't $25,000, not $1 bazillion, is, well, I won't go into detail about that. But the answer is yes, you can get that if you want. We're in a dark age. Correct. Having a job is dangerous now, so it's mandatory to be location dependent, which is good. I agree. Having a job sounds so beta. It is. In the dark age, with supermarkets and clothing retailers suffer a lot. Supermarkets won't. Clothing retailers will get fucking murdered. Yes, they already are. Does the 90 Business Builder work for an information-based business? I don't know what that means. What do you mean by all businesses are information-based? You mean selling information? Yeah. What did I say? So here are the 5 tracks. Coaching, consulting, selling some sort of course, selling some sort of membership program or membership service, and then selling any service, either a business service or personal service. If it's in one of those categories, it will work. If it's completely outside those 5 categories, it will not work. You probably shouldn't do it. If you're not sure, so we had a few guys do this last time. Wow, I'm talking like a teenager. Hang on. Going dry here. If you're not sure, if you have an idea or you just started a business and you're like, well, it might fit in one of those categories, I'm not sure. Schedule your call and ask the coach you talk to. It could be me, probably not. Schedule your call and ask, hey, I have this business. Would that work? And they'll let you know. Talk to us about it. We'll tell you. And if the answer is no, we'll tell you, look, that's not going to work. Shouldn't do it. I've turned guys away from this program because the calls that I fielded, especially last time, when we did this last few months ago, there were some guys where I said, you know what, this isn't a good idea for you. You shouldn't do this. If you want to do this and you're dead set on this, you shouldn't do this program. This program is not for literally everybody, but if you have no idea what to do and you want to get started and you're ready to get started, this program is for you, especially if you're a beginner. It's with 4. Oh, and men and women both. I got to throw that out there. If you're a woman watching this, because there's always a percentage of women want this, you can do this. This is not alpha male 2.0. This is sovereign CEO, men or women. It doesn't matter. Women can do everything in this program. Matter of fact, in some of the other programs we've had, like the 500K Accelerator, 6-Figure Warrior Mentorship, we always have a few women in those programs, and they're always really amazing. They're really impressive. So if you're a woman, you can do this. And the person putting on many of these sessions is going to be a woman. Because I've had the thing, like, I've had a few women say this to me, or men say this about me. You know, such and such looked at your content because she wanted to do this. She's a girl, but you seem very masculine, and you're kind of like a little too masculine, right? So we have some feminine stuff in the program, not feminine stuff, but women who are teaching some of these things. Because it doesn't matter what gender you are. Shit, it's money, dude. People don't care. Could you please organize a discount code for the 90-day members for the 6-figure consultant course that chose consulting options program? Yes. Schedule your call and tell him you bought the consultant course, and we will hook you up with a discount. You see my point? Lots of discounts for this. I just can't list them all. So you just got to schedule your call and tell them. If you bought any of my courses in the past, if you've been in any of my coaching programs in the past, tell the guy you're talking to, if it's me or someone else, and we'll hook you up. Don't worry. I've given authorization for these guys to give discounts based on certain factors, a lot of them. It's easier to just say, schedule a call than give you this giant table and, well, this and this. If you bought this and it's this, and fuck that. I don't have time for that bullshit. For an info business selling ebooks, can you incorporate a 1-to-1 consulting services with this charging per hour to complement the book one would sell? Yes, but you should not charge per hour for anything, in my opinion. I think that's very dangerous. Then you're selling hours for dollars. So don't do that. Other than that, the answer is yes. You could certainly add a consulting service, or even easier, a coaching service. Well, I guess it depends on the market for your books. If it's business books, absolutely, you should sell a consulting service. Are you kidding? And if it's a business, if it's a books for people, if it's a book for people's, you should have a coaching service, dude. You kidding? Why not do this? Yes. Yes. Accountability is really critical. Correct. Probably worth doing it for that alone with someone that knows what they are doing. That is why I developed this program. That is exactly why. We're going to make you fucking do it. There's so many of you in my audience. I've said this 1,000 times. I'll say it again. Who are smarter than me, who are more talented than me, and you'll never make more than 20, 30, 40,000 a year in your entire lives because no one's sitting there making you fucking do it. You're lazy, or you're scared, or you're not motivated, or you're not enough pain, or you're too comfortable, or you're scared what your mom will think, or whatever the fuck. And if you join this program, we will make you do it. Now, obviously you can quit. You can do that. I don't know why you would do that, but you could. Okay. But we'll make you do it. That's why accountability is a critical component of all this. Okay. That's exactly why. And that is because I wanted this to be different from my other courses. You can buy my video courses, but those don't make you do it. That's just videos of me and my sexy ass. That's it. So there you go. Hi, Caleb. Signed a few weeks ago, but my sales guy has not got back to me about unlocking the Alpha 2.0 course to prepare for the 12th. So email me or my staff at theonlyblackdragon@gmail.com. It's got to be unlocked. I think there's some kind of glitch or something. Theonlyblackdragon@gmail.com, and tell them Tell them exactly what you just told me, and they'll hook you up. And I'm blurry again. Come on, focus. I guess I'll be blurry. And then I'll get a bunch of comments saying, Caleb, you're blurry. Really? Will we need a good amount of money to start for business expenses? No. For example, I want to do a course, but I'll need a few grand for an editor to do it within that 90-day period, correct? Wrong. You do not need to spend several grand for a guy to edit some videos. It will not cost you several grand. So no, it'll cost you a little money, or you can do it yourself. And Jeff has done some recorded webinars on how to do things, how to edit videos and things like that. So we have some material in that program for that. So the answer is no. Caleb, who is the fitness expert? There is no one in particular. I'm talking about all these guys I get these emails all the time. Caleb, I'm going to start a fitness business. I'm going to show people how to lose weight. Moron, you're going to get destroyed. Waste of your time. Please don't do this. Every guy who's lost weight or gotten ripped suddenly wants to start a fitness business. Don't, unless you are micro niched. Don't do it. I'm still really blurry. It's irritating me. Come here. There we go. It's a saturated market. It's like being a dating coach. I'm going to be every guy who gets laid who has sex with 2 or 3 hot girls wants to be a dating coach. Saturated. You better niche that thing. Why don't you niche it to divorced men over 55 who don't know how to get a date? Now you're talking. Good. Okay. I sell high-ticket coaching programs from home. Great. Love you. I'm self-employed and contract out my services to various gurus. Cool. Want to move to Southeast Asia, but need reliable cell service and internet suggestions. Oh, dude, you kidding? You're fine. Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, more or less. Vietnam, more or less. Not Cambodia, not Laos. You're fine. Malaysia's the place you want to be then. Malaysia. That's where Andrew Henderson wanted me to move to. No, Madcap, he wanted me to move to Malaysia. He was like, Caleb, Malaysia. I'm like, it's too hot. Too hot and humid. Approximately what percent of people who enrolled in Nice Builder dropped out of the program? I want to say about half, which is good. Most programs, you have the majority drop out. The vast would drop out by the end. I think I want to say half, which is good. 10%, only 10% of people who buy a book read the book. This is just normal human behavior. So the vast majority of people who sign up for any coaching program don't do anything. I shouldn't say that. Don't complete it. They bail out, or they get bored, or they have a problem in their personal life, or they change their mind, or something comes up. So I want to say about half, which is good. Many coaching programs, it's 70, 80, 90%. I think for this one, it's 50. I think. If Jeff were here, I could ask him. I'm pretty sure it's 50. If SaaS is an industry, would real estate SaaS be a niche? Yes. Now you're talking. Great. You got it. I assume people who dropped out of the program weren't included in the survey results we went over in a recent YouTube video. I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know. I would imagine most of them were not in there, but some of them might have been, because they all were still in our system. I don't know the answer to that question. Good question. Good point. Can you talk about the types of people who weren't able to finish for whatever reason? No, because I'm not the accountability coach. I didn't work with these people one-on-one. Couldn't answer that question. If Jeff were on here, he could answer that. What were some of the things you think did well in the first iteration of the program, and what are some of the things that can be improved? We did everything well in the first iteration, except for there were 2 sessions. So what we had them do is, in that same survey, we had them rate every session of the 12 sessions, rate each session from a scale of 1 to 10. And the vast majority got high rankings. There were 2 sessions that got low rankings or lower rankings. One of them was the marketing session, because I gave them too many options. I said, okay, here's 7 different ways you can market. Oh, not 7, 5. And I said, you can do this. And they needed more direction. They wanted more direction. So we fixed that in this program. Now there's 2 methods, and you have to pick one of the 2 or you're out. Okay. So we fixed that. And then there was another session on, I forget, I think setting up your mailing list, which we have combined into another session and or turned into a video that you watch instead of a session. So there's a number of other improvements we made, about 5 or 6 other improvements, but those are the big ones that I remember. Have you changed any of your opinions on China after this CCP Congress? My opinion's been the same. My opinion is China will be the least bad superpower in the world in our lifetimes, but it will have massive, 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 massive problems on its way up to that, just like America had massive, massive, massive problems going from 1776 to a world power in the 1930s. Massive problems, civil wars, depressions, assassinations, but it still did it. That's my opinion. So that hasn't changed, no. I'm looking forward to this because I've been trying to set up an online business for the last 4 years and kept failing. Cannot wait to be taken a hand at. Oh, awesome. Cool. Yeah, we're going to help you out, dude. Oh, you're the same guy. Yeah. You'll like it. People really like this. I was shocked. I mean, not shocked. We have good stuff, but man, there's a reason I've chosen to make this my flagship product. There's a reason, a lot of reasons. Consulting is a great way to get money fast. Yes, that's how I did it as a young beta male dumbass in his 20s knowing nothing. I went from 0 to a 6-figure income in 3 years by age 27 with nothing from consulting. So consulting that's the strength of consulting. 0 to the money really quick. The guy who I mentioned earlier in the 90-Day Business Builder who made thousands of dollars by week 6 was a consultant. And he got it for getting one client, thousands and thousands of dollars. Consulting is the shit. It's awesome. What if you never had a job as a consultant? Then I didn't have a job as a consultant. Oh, that's not true. I worked as a junior consultant for 6 months as a job, but I already had consulting clients on the side before I did that. How do you become an expert in a specific area in consulting without having to find a job? Jobs have nothing to do with consulting. Those are two different things. If you have a skill set or something you can help a company do, you're a consultant. That's it. My favorite story is Tony Robbins told the story. Is a young guy in his 20s. It's a true story. This is kind of consulting. He went to a CEO of a small business, like I said earlier, and under 100 employees. And he said, look, I will work with you in your company as a consultant. You pay me nothing. And I will raise your gross or your net profit, gross profit. I forget the number. Let's say profit. I'll raise your profit by $2 million. I'm trying to get the numbers right here. $4 million? I'll raise your annual revenues by $4 million. And if I get you to 4 million, an extra 4 million, it'll take me a while. It'll take me a year or two to do this. You pay me $1 million. And the guy said, okay, great. And the guy worked for free. And he ended up raising the company net profit by 8 million over a year and a half, something like that. I forget what it was. And the guy paid him $2 million. Wrote him a check for $2 million. This is a young guy, like 26. And he didn't know shit. Extreme example, to be fair, but there you go. Wish I had money for the course. Work hard, make more. Save up. This is how I did it. When I had no money, I would save up for stuff like this. I did a course like this myself when I was in my 20s. I had very little money. Working with Brian Tracy, one of my big lifetime mentors. And it was $7,000 back in 1990s dollars. It was a lot of fucking money. It was a year-long program, and I saved up for 2 or 3 years to do it. And I finally did it, and boy, did it help me. Woo! So that's where it goes. Sold my crypto at a loss to pay for this course. I'm sorry. That sucks. But I'm glad you signed up. You'll make it back. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Hey, I'm not fucking around with a lot of crypto right now. I own crypto. I'm not selling it. But I'm not fucking around with it. You know, I'm focused on my businesses because, as I've said before, your business makes you rich, not crypto, not investments. Your investments maintain your wealth and protect your wealth. They don't grow your wealth. You know what grows your wealth? Your business. Are there payment plans? Yes, there are payment plans. I didn't specify that earlier. There are payment plans. There's 1, 2, 3, or 4 payments. Now you have to pay them within the 90 days to be fair. But yes, there are various payment plans we offer. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm not ready to attend. Can I buy now and attend later? Is there a discount if I bring someone in with me? Can you buy now and attend later? No, I'm sorry, you can't do that. Other programs you can. So my other programs you can do that. Not this one because this is very regimented. It's a very specific schedule we operate under. So no, you can't like join halfway. Well, I should take that back. You could, if you really wanted to, you could start halfway in because you could watch the videos, but you'd be behind schedule. I don't think you'd be very happy about it. So I'm not sure you'd be happy with the results, but I guess technically you could. You'd have to just let us know you were doing that. So yeah, I guess you could. I don't recommend it. I just don't. But you could, yes. Is there a discount if I bring someone in with me? Yes. Tell the guy you talked to on the phone, I'm going to bring in someone with me. What can you do for me? And he'll take care of you. Don't worry. What are some of the biggest challenges by the members of the previous iteration of the 90 Business Builder, and how can we prepare to overcome them? Boy, that's a good question. And again, I wish I had Jeff on here and he could answer those questions. Because I wasn't involved day to day in this. I'm not involved day to day in these things. I have other things I got to do. I can tell you a few examples. A few things on the marketing, like they would be marketing a particular way, and we had to say, oh, no, do it like this instead. Now, we fixed that in this iteration because we're going to tell you exactly how to market only one of two paths you can take. So that's going to solve a lot of problems that we had in the prior iteration, again, which is very good. Is the marketing angle is we gave people too many options and less specific instruction on those options. I think that's the criticism they would give. If anyone is on here and you're part of the last iteration, it's probably what you'd say if you give some kind of criticism. And we fixed that. In this iteration, we have two marketing tracks. That's it. You have to pick one, and we tell you exactly what to do. So that will not happen in this time. It will not, because that was one of our weak areas in the last iteration. So that's not on you. That's on us. So we don't worry about it. We fixed it. Why do you teach several small businesses and one huge business that you need to keep growing like Alex Hormozi? Isn't there a way to keep growing an Alpha 2 business infinitely? No. So I did an entire YouTube video on this. If your goal is to make $100 million, you will not be free until you make that money. And statistically speaking, it's going to take you 10, 15, 20 years of very little freedom and very little life. Alex Hormozi is a superhuman. You are not Alex Hormozi, neither am I. You're not going to make hundreds of millions of dollars by the time you're 29. I'm sorry you're not. You're just not. I'm sorry you're not. I love Alex. I think he's great. I think he's fantastic. He teaches a very different business model than I do. I teach a business model that anybody can do. Anyone watching this, and I mean this literally, I don't care how dumb you think you are or uneducated you think you are, young you think you are, can do this. You can build a location independent. That's another thing Alex doesn't teach, location independence. He's in the United States paying 40% tax. He's bitched about this before. Okay. He doesn't teach location independent. I do. Location independent Alpha 2.0 business that generates at least $85,000 a year. That's $7,000 a month from anywhere in the world. You can do that within, if you do it all by yourself, 2 to 5 years. If you do it this program, a lot faster. Anyone can do that. Only a small percentage of humans can do what Alex teaches. And he's been honest and he said this. He's like, only a fraction of 1% of my audience will actually do what I'm talking about. And he's right. So nothing against him. He's great. Just teaches a very different business model. If someone wants to move out of the West early next year, could they start a location independence? I can't read. An LI business right the fuck now and start making money just before leaving the West? Yes. Well, you have to work really hard. If you do it by yourself, you wouldn't make it that much money. I don't promise you'll be making $100,000 a year in 90 days. That's bullshit. I can't promise you bullshit. But some money, sure. Yes. The answer is yes. Hey, Caleb, can you give us examples of each of the following? High quality IW, low quality IW, high quality SW, low quality SW, and useless work. Thanks. Sure. High quality IW, new marketing that you've never done before. A new marketing stream you haven't done before. That's high quality. It's an example. Low quality IW, cutting costs. Going through your books and figuring out where you can cut costs. That's low quality IW. High quality SW, YouTube videos to your existing audience. I do many YouTube videos a week on 2 different channels. That is SW for me, but it's high quality SW. Low quality SW, email, customer service, bookkeeping, invoicing. You shouldn't be doing that shit. Hire someone to do that. Useless work. I couldn't give you an example. Hundreds of things that people do that are just fucking stupid. Just watch any person work and just with a clipboard and go, why are you doing that? Well, I do that because this. Well, because I've always done that. Well, how does it help you? Well, it doesn't. Yeah. Is it okay to marry a Brazilian to get residency in Brazil? A pickup artist did this, and real estate investing is not an option, and a business will be based in the U.S. but still be a player. Don't quite understand your question. Is it okay to marry a Brazilian and get residency in Brazil? I would not do that. Getting married is, well, in Brazil, it might be fine. I don't know what the alimony laws and communal property laws are in Brazil. So if it's a place like Colombia where they just don't enforce any of that crap, I guess, sure, go ahead. Still sounds like a lot of drama to me. Do you think just having LI income in itself would naturally increase testosterone? No, working on a business, building a business would increase your testosterone a little bit, yes. Instead of just going to your stupid corporate job every day, that's what kills testosterone. Going to your cubicle every day, that's what murders testosterone. Turns you into a beta if you aren't one already. So working on a business, it's kind of exciting. Even if it's frustrating, it's exciting. That'll kick it up a little, not much, but a little bit, sure. Having LI income, no. Hi, Caleb. Is there a good niche for selling insurance, such as property and casualty or health and life? Well, again, what kind of niche would you sell the insurance to? Let me go back here. Let me see if I can answer your question. It's a difficult question. Casualty and property or health and life? Casualty. Life insurance isn't very niche, so no. Health insurance, I wouldn't do that. Casualty and property insurance, maybe to a specific side, like a commercial real estate investor, property insurance. See, something like that off the top of my head. How do I get people off social media on my mailing list? You need to bribe them. You say, if you join my mailing list, you'll get this, 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 and this. And it's high value, high quality stuff. What am I doing? I gave you guys a business builder challenge. I did 9 videos with no sales. I think the latter 2 did. But the first 7 was no sales. I gave you real content on how to build your own business. It took me a long time to plan those videos out, record them, edit them, and I gave them to you for free. And that's how I get people on my list now. Join my list and we'll give you 9 videos, training videos on how to set up your own location-dependent business. It's almost like a course I give away for free. That's how you do it. You bribe them. You give them something of real value. Hey, Caleb, your logo that is appearing in the upper right corner of your screen is not quite straight. Like a picture frame that's not quite straight. Fix that. It is straight. My books are at an angle. And it's the camera, not the logo. The logo is 100% perfectly straight. And if it's not, then it's your screen. Now, I'm looking at it. It's perfectly straight. It's my books are at an angle because of the camera. And don't focus on minutia. Focus on big, important things. Outcome independence. Can you start selling information, i.e. books, on Fiverr first before branching out? Yes, of course. I said that earlier. You can use Fiverr as a starting point. But again, that's a starting point. You want to live on Fiverr. Fiverr, Upwork. These are places to start. These aren't places to live. But sure, the answer is yes. What are some good aspects of Uruguay and Dominican Republic as flags? They're friendly to foreigners. Their tax laws are pretty good. There's no wars or any problems. Those are both good flags. I'll do more information on those soon. Do you have any advice on how to get the first client for my coaching business? Yeah, there are a lot of ways to do it. One way is to offer to do it for free in exchange for a testimonial. I'm going to coach you in this problem. You better be niched. If you're a coach, you better be niched. I'm a life coach. That's not niched. Please don't be a fucking life coach. I'm a fitness coach, not niched. Okay? Very focused thing. Very narrow thing you offer as a coach. And you get your first client, you could ask, do it for free. You know, I don't get paid. Right. But you'll got to get a testimonial and then you need referrals. So you can start, you two or three of those and get some testimonials going. And then you get paid clients. So that's one way to do it. Or do it for really cheap. If you want to charge $500, say I normally charge $500 for this, but since I'm new, I'll charge $100. You can do that for your first 1, 2, 3 customers. After that, no, don't cut your prices. But the first consultants too, you get your first client for 50% off. It's fine. How are we doing on time here? So I have to go shortly. Yeah, soon. Not right now, but soon. If I already own one of these courses, is there any discount available? Yes. When you schedule your call and you talk to the guy, even if it's me, it may not be me, probably won't be me, but if it's me or anyone else, say, I already bought this course. Can I get a discount? He will say, yes, here's your discount. We will hook you up. What are some Alpha 2.0 high margin, low work niches within the IT industry? Or how do you identify them? So number one is high income, low work. Stop charging by the hour. That's item number one. Stop charging by the hour and only charge per project, or worst case, charge retainer. Do not charge in any other way. That alone will do it. Even without a niche. You want a niche too. What niches in the IT industry? There's a billion niches in the IT. I can't list them. Are you fucking kidding? But that's step one. Stop charging by the hour. Do not charge by the hour. That is insanity. You're not attorneys. Charge by the flat fee project. I'm going to do this. It's going to take this long. Here's what I'm going to do. Bullet list, bullet points. Okay, 3 different options. Flat fee, flat fee, flat fee. 50% now, 50% at this date. Start doing that. Or retainer. If it can be some kind of support thing, retainer. Flat monthly retainer, regardless of hours. Get out of this selling hours for dollars. It'll murder you. It'll murder your work. Is owning multiple rental real estate properties and having an accounting business that does taxes, bookkeeping for people, real estate, and business not in real estate diversified? Owning multiple rental real estate properties and having accounting business that does taxes and bookkeeping for people, real estate, and business not in real estate diversified. No. And I don't consider real estate investing as an actual business. I consider the hybrid between a business and an investment. So I don't consider that as a diversified business because I don't consider that a business. If someone can only do free marketing, which takes more time, how can the Business Builder program still guarantee 3 months to profit? Because we're not guaranteeing $1 billion. We're guaranteeing money, that you will make money. Because you're not going to just sit on your ass and just post some stuff on Facebook and then sit back and wait. We're going to get you on the phone. We're going to get you doing DMs. We're going to get you active and working. We're going to work your ass. We're going to make sure you do this stuff. It's not like post some stuff on Twitter and then sit around and maybe you'll get a client. That's what most people do. That's why it takes so fucking long. We're not talking about just do a blog and then just sit around and get clients. No, we're going to make you do a lot more than that. In addition to that, that's why. Clients who have small business / business that also have a decent amount of real estate. That's really not diversified. No. But I don't consider rental real estate as a business. How long on the average are people in the free marketing stream of the 90 Business Builder waiting before they make money? I don't have that statistic. That's a good question. The examples I just gave, the guy who was making money within six weeks, the guy that was making money within 7 weeks, were doing free marketing. There you go. They were not doing paid marketing. Let's see. Wait a minute. Yes, they were not doing paid marketing. They were free marketing. You guys forget, free marketing means you get on the phone too and you call people. That's a part of free marketing. It's free. Do cold calls. I'm not saying you have to do that, but you guys seem to think that free marketing means I go make posts on a blog or a YouTube video and I sit back and I get clients. It's a little more complicated than that. That takes a long time. You have to do more than that. What are acceptable chargeback and refund rates for digital courses? And do you have specific techniques to know? Yes. Chargebacks, you don't want any. You don't want any chargebacks. Refund. So whenever I do a launch for a video course, my goal is to have the refund rate to be under 15%. 15%-ish is okay, but I want it under that. My average is around 9% refund rate for my business course launches, for my video course launches, around 9%, sometimes lower, 7%. Depends. A little higher if I'm doing a joint venture with someone else. So it depends on the scenario. So there you go. Techniques to lower them. A few things. Make it really valuable. Make it good. That's where I learned selling ebooks in my dating business a billion years ago. When the content and quality is really good, your refunds go down. When your content is shit, and mine was never shit, but if the content is shit or the presentation is shit, your refunds go up. It's the way it works. Also, you do things like send them follow-up emails. Hey, I saw that 4 days ago you ordered my course. If you have any questions, I'm glad to have you a customer. I hope the course will help you do X, Y, and Z. You follow up. That helps reduce refunds, things like that. How to get rich, how to be a millionaire. That is a very broad question that is beyond the scope of this talk. That is not a single thing I can answer. The bottom line is how to get rich. Start your own business, sell something high margin, and market the fuck out of it and don't stop until you have all the money you want. That's it. That's how you get rich. And that's something people don't want to do. They don't want to work hard, or they want the money right now, or they say it's not fair, or they get bored and do something else. They're just too impatient. Getting rich takes time. Took me time. Can you share with us? I'm not rich. I'm very poor. Can you share with us some business-related affirmations? Sure. Let me pull up my affirmations here. Give you a few of them, maybe. Let's see. Let's see here. Affirmations. I have about 24 affirmations. I say these every morning, 6 days a week. My phone is really slow. Sorry. I can't give you specific numbers because these are private to me. But here's one. I am easily making more than blank per month every month net. It's easy. I am continually paying 4% or less in total taxes on all of my annual income. I'm pretty much already there. I've already accomplished that one. I am joyfully owning 2 highly profitable, location-independent, self-multiplying companies in 2 completely different markets that operate in many countries, especially Asia. Most of that is done, except for the self-multiplying part. I'm happily enjoying 3 full days off per week on average. That's a goal I have when I'm 54. I want to work just 4 days a week. So there's a few. I got a bunch of these. Here's an investment. I am proudly owning rental real estate outside the Western world that cash flows at least 12%. There you go. Here's the 5 flags one. I am proudly owning at least 3 passports from 3 different nations. I do that because I need 2 more passports before I announce my American passport. So there you go. There's a few. Don't copy those. Do not copy someone else's affirmations. That's insane. Come up with your own. Use those as syntax examples. Let's see. For information and ebooks, what sort of things would you actually outsource in the business? I'm sorry. Proofreading, typesetting. If you have a customer base, your email, outsource your email. If you do whatever your social media is, if you do videos, have someone edit your videos. If you do blogs, have someone doing all your blog shit, uploading your blog posts and all that junk. All the technical shit. All that stuff. I'm skeptical about the claim that anyone that follows the program can make 1K a month at the end of 9 days. I didn't say 1K a month. I just said 1K. Aren't some people just not cut out for creating info products, doing coaching, etc.? Correct. So you want to choose something that you think you can do. If you're not cut out for coaching, don't do coaching. If you're not cut out for consulting, please don't be a consultant. Do a course. That's why we give you 5 different options instead of just one. Now, down the road, I probably have a thing for just one. I'd love to have a consultant version of this, where we train consultants. However, then I'd be going up against guys like Sam Evans. I'd rather not do that because then I'm not niched anymore. See? So anyway, although he doesn't do location dependent and everything I talk about. But anyway, that's why you pick something you think you can do. That's all. And do we have 100% success rate in this program? No, no program does. Okay? Like I said, half the people bail out. So yeah, it happens. Sure. If you don't think you can cut it, don't join the program. We're going to put you to work in this program. This is not get rich quick. We're going to put you to work. If you're like, I don't want to work, or I don't think I can do it, then don't do it. That's fine. I'll be okay either way. Trust me. What are some free or relatively inexpensive ways to cold approach companies in the US or Europe from abroad to get consulting clients? I suppose you don't live there and it's hard to go in person. I've gotten consulting clients from all over the world living in the United States. I don't live in the United States anymore. LinkedIn is your friend. LinkedIn, and then things like Info USA, which is in the United States, but those equivalent services. But LinkedIn is you guys are so fucking lucky to have LinkedIn or LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Start there. I would have fucking killed for LinkedIn in the 90s and the 2000s. I would have killed for today's version of LinkedIn. You guys are so goddamn lucky. Oh, you have no idea how lucky you are. Shit, LinkedIn, bro. That's it. Start there. Is buying a supercar like a Lambo a good idea for network purposes because of men who own these cars are rich? No, that is a terrible, terrible idea. Please do not do that. Please don't try to be Andrew Tate. My second girlfriend, I split up with her. I split the other one 2 weeks ago. You got a new girlfriend within 2 weeks? You're making a big error, but that's beyond the scope of this webinar. Is helping a lot setting up with my business. Is this a bad idea? Could have potential downsides. Do not work with girlfriends. Don't do it. Even working with wives is dangerous. I do that a little bit. Don't do it. How much should you be making monthly, annually in your first business before moving on to creating another business? That is a decision every person needs to make on his own. You determine a monthly income goal. That can be anywhere from $800 to $800 a month to $5,000 a month or more. That's completely up to you. There's no right or wrong answer to that question. As long as it's consistent income, you've made it for several months in a row. If you make $800 or $5,000 once in 1 month, that doesn't mean you're going to make it the next 3, 4, 5 months, right? So I teach you have a 3-month average. So you set an income goal, monthly income goal. When you have a 3-month average of that goal, then you can hit the next business. But the income goal is up to you. There's no right or wrong answer to that. Should Asians move to West because Asians are facing financial crisis? China is facing financial crisis, not Asians. No, Asia will do just fine. And are they suggested to move to West and send remittance to their poor homeland? What do you say? That's a very big topic. I've discussed that on other channels. That's part of your culture. Part of your culture is you move out of your country and you send a percentage of your income back home to mom and dad and brother and sister and cousin and cousin and cousin and uncle and aunt, even if they sit around and do nothing all day. I'm completely against that concept, but I'm very American and I'm not a collectivist. And Asian is a very collectivist concept. That's just the way you guys work. I would never do that. But I realize me just saying that as a Westerner saying that to an Asian sounds funny, but that's how I feel. Here, helping your family is fine if your family is actually working hard to improve their condition. I've dated Asian women. I've worked with Asian men. They send money to their relatives who do nothing all day. They sit on their fat asses or skinny asses because they're Asians, and they do nothing all day, and they expect their money from their relatives. Fuck that. What the fuck? God. But I realize it's part of your culture. I understand. What is the catalyst event that made you get out of the Western world 5 years early? It was not one thing. It was many, many different things. It was the pandemic. It was the Floyd riots. It was the reaction to the left-wingers to the Floyd riots. It was the reaction to the Trump supporters to the Floyd riots. It was the insanity I was hearing from the Trump supporters. It was the more woke the woke was getting and reducing freedom of speech and things like that. It was a bunch of economic conditions I saw coming. It was all kinds of shit. It was so many things I said, okay, I'm out of here. Fuck this. Very similar to the decision I made in 2003 to move out of the United States. When I was 2003 is when I made that decision a long time ago, right? I was in my first marriage. I remember telling my first wife, hey, you know what? I think we need to move. Not now, but I said to her, literally said this. I said, in 20 years, this is not going to be a good place to live. Right now, it's a great place to live, but in 20 years, it's not. So we should get out with the getting's good. And it was many different things back then, not just one or two. Many different things I saw. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Just bought a new flat in London. You spent some money. I'm going to regenerate it and then sell it for profit. Okay, good. And then leave the UK for good. Good idea. I don't know the London real estate market well enough to answer that question. Normally, yes, but I don't know the market well. I don't know where you bought. I have no idea what you did. Would you recommend LinkedIn Premium for sourcing clients? No, I'd recommend LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Is there a high demand for accountants with experience in international taxation? Fuck yes. Are you kidding? More people leaving the Western world? Fuck yes. Niche, though. Niche. How do you investigate industries and niches to find out how much money they have available? Oh, you'll know. You'll know. Do you think doctors getting ready to retire have money? Yeah. You'll know. And if you have no idea and it's hard to figure out, that's not a good niche, right? Do you think college students have a lot of money? No. So you know. You just know. Is it okay to marry a Brazilian? Okay. Talk about that. Someone's asked me if I ever farted before. No. Never farted. I'm getting a blockchain coding job and going to work for 1 year and become an independent contractor, thus making LI business. Your opinion? Generally, I would say okay to that. However, my opinion is, and this is a very unpopular opinion, learning how to code, I think, is a dumb idea. So if you're doing that just to learn how to code, I don't agree with it. But other than that, it's a valid plan. And the reason I'm against learning how to code, you should watch that video. Don't learn how to code. Just search my channel, code. You're competing against an entire country of people who are smarter than you, who work harder than you, and will charge way less money than you. They're called Indians. There's like 1 billion people in that country, and they all know how to code better than you do. And why would you compete against them? And the first thing you should do when you start a business is to outsource your coding, not do the coding yourself, because that's a technical task. The very first thing you do when you start a business is to outsource your coding. Not the very first, one of the first things. You don't want to code. So I think that's just a terrible idea. But I know a lot of people have a real problem with that. Well, learning how to code means I'll always have income. I'll always have income. I don't know how to code. Since you're profiting from the collapsing West, yes, I am. With what you're offering in one of your business, all of my business profit from the collapsing West. I've tied all of my business. Now, one or two of them will do well no matter what, but they'll do even better as the collapse continues. Oh, I intend to make millions, already have, on the collapse of the West. Why not? If you can't stop it, make money from it, because you can't stop it. That window was 20 years ago, guys. Sorry. How else can someone profit from the collapsing West, and what ways can we make money due to this? Well, what are people going to need, or companies going to need, as the West continues to collapse? I don't want to tell you what I'm doing, because I never talk about publicly, because I don't want to give you any ideas. How are conditions going to get worse? And how are people with means, okay, people who do have money, how are they going to solve that problem? My friend Andrew Henderson, Nomad Capitalist, 5x'd his income in 2020 because of the pandemic and when Biden got elected. Both those things, he almost 5x'd his income. So he benefits collapsing West too. So what is his market? High income guys wanting to leave the United States or leave Western countries and getting out, right? And more and more of that, right? So there you go. Is buying a supercar a good thing for, okay. Is the residency done for you service available year round or only in March 2023? We are doing it for every country I recommend. So we're doing it for Paraguay, Armenia, Mexico, and Dubai. So each one of these will be specific dates. You can't do this year round. No, it's a specific time you'll have to do it. So if you want Paraguay, that'll be in March and maybe again in June, but it has to be one of those 2 months. Dubai, I can tell you some of these dates. Mexico will be in August, Guadalajara specifically, and the other two I forget. You're from Pakistan. Oh, okay. You don't need to leave Pakistan, but yeah, you could. Yes, Pakistan going to the U.S. Sure, that's fine. And when you make it the U.S., leave the U.S. That's fine. If one starts grinding hard on their LI business, now can this be enough time to start saving for the Get Residency service? Probably not, because that's going to be several $1,000 bucks. Can you make? Well, I guess you could make several $1,000 bucks by March. You have to pay us before March, though, because you have to sign up and you got to send us your documents. It takes like 2 months to apostille your documents, so probably not. If someone wants to get the hell out of England, yes, get the hell out of England. Jesus. Can they just? I'm hearing so many things from England because there's so many British people here in Dubai. Oh my God, the stories I'm hearing from England. Oh, it sucks because England was so cool, like the United States used to be. Can they just move somewhere and get a bullshit job for a few months while working on the location of business? Britain is the laughing stock of the world. It's not the laughing stock of the world, but it's close. Well, God, it might be. Yeah, I said yes earlier. Yes, if it's driving you nuts, get out. Yes, 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 yes. How hard is it to figure out your biggest niche's problem, need, and solve it as a consultant in order to have your offering? How hard is it? It's not hard, just takes time. Start asking people. Go on LinkedIn. Making phone calls. Be brave. I'm blurry again. Focus. Fuck. Drives me nuts, dude. I should get a different webcam, but I already have, and I have the same problem. So I'm going to be blurry for a while. I got to go in 10 minutes. Okay. So let me see. Is that right? Yeah, man. I got to go in 10 minutes. Cool. Cool. So I don't get all your questions. I'm very sorry. I did my best. Caleb, if you live in a big city in the city center, how do you deal with social anxiety? Also, do you get nervous when meeting with high value men? No and no. I have never felt the emotion of anxiety. I don't know what that would feel like. Fear, I understand the emotion of fear, but not anxiety. Social anxiety. I haven't had social anxiety since I was 11. When I was a little kid, I had a little social because I was introverted. But that's 40 years ago. I don't really remember. Do I get nervous when I deal with high status men? No, because I am one. And even when I wasn't one, I didn't get nervous. I got excited because I could learn from them. So, but then that's me. I mean, everyone's different. Can you be a consultant in specific areas that you have done a bullshit or temp job in the past, security and retail? Absolutely. The answer is yes. That's part of our coaching that's part of our niching exercise we do. What have you done in the past, even if it was stupid jobs? We give you an entire skills assessment from which to pull possible niches and offerings. So the answer is yes. Is there any downside to having a non-US entity when dealing with US companies? B2B, my living flag has CFC rules, treating any foreign company as operating me as a resident here. Any downside? There could be potential downsides depending on the industry. It depends. Most of the time, no. If you're dealing with like banks, yeah, that's going to be a problem. So if you don't deal with banks and something like that, if you're staying out of highly regulated or highly old school industries like manufacturing, banks, you'd probably be fine. Is the affiliate website with articles about a wide range of products a viable option? Viable? Yes, I wouldn't do it. I would niche. I wouldn't do that. I'm seeing a question about marrying chicks. So getting rich for hot chicks. Let's move on. I am working as a data analyst at fintech that sells financial data. I have several technical skills. Good. If I want a large income, should I focus on these skills or should I get other ones? Focus on those skills. Start where you are. For residency and your 72-hour rule of going to a flag country, you mentioned having an apartment as an option. Yes. Would you get tenancy or look to buy the apartment or have access to a good Airbnb? That's up to your budget. I know what I would do, but I don't want to reveal too much about my personal finances. If you could afford it, buy it. That's what Andrew does. Now, Andrew's a maniac with this shit. He has like 5-6 apartments he owns. I wouldn't do that, but buy it. And if you can't buy it, rent it. Whatever you want. For a Five Flags, did Dubai allow day game? Yes. Is there a night game like clubs, bars? Are you fucking kidding? Is there night game in Dubai? Holy shit. You should meet the women here. You should meet some guys here. That's all they do. Fuck. And how is online dating there? Online dating is tough here. Is it a good place for a pickup artist? I would say not really. No. If your goal is to get laid without paying for it, there are many better places to go than Dubai. I've said this before. If that's your primary objective, you want to go to South America or Southeast Asia or something like that. Philippines, you want to come to Dubai. You can do it, but it's harder. How can I use Reddit or online forums to find pain points for my niche? Tougher, but you could do it. You can start asking people. It depends if they're big Reddits or big forums, then that's a great idea, but it's tougher. You have to have a forum with a lot of people on it because you could ask some questions, people could ignore you. But that could work. I've had guys do that. Yeah. How do you go about having clients, customers who don't speak English? Or would you just not sell anything to people, clients outside the English-speaking world? I've done at least 2 podcasts on that. I have done business with clients who do not speak English. Google Translate, right here on your phone. How often do you have to rotate your inventory per quarter? And they go, well, about twice. It depends on the quarter. You just do it. You make it work. Now, I focus on companies that speak English, but I'll take your money if you don't speak English. I don't care. It's just kind of a hassle, but I don't mind. I like money, so I'll put up with hassle. Some people go, that's a hassle. All right, then don't do it. That's fine. Would you recommend to start a business in a niche within an industry you already work on? Yes. So no one can come in the years of experience. Yes. Start with where you are. Yes, yes, yes. Or start anew. No, don't start anew. Unless you really want to. Hey, Kill, did you hear that new Paraguayan residency has eliminated the $5,000 deposit? I am hearing rumors on the internet. I'm working with the attorneys now. I have not 100% verified that with the attorneys on the ground in Asuncion. When they tell me that is true, then I will believe it. Until then, I will not believe it. This is what I've been saying over and over and over. Don't believe everything you hear in the fucking. That might be true, but it might not be true. It's literally a 50-50. I have a feeling it is true, but I don't know yet. So I'm going to assume it's not true until I hear it from my attorneys and the other people I work with in Asuncion on the ground in Paraguay. not random dickheads on the internet. Not dickheads, random people on the internet. If I bought the 6-figure consultant Alpha 2.0 business, younger man lifestyle, do I get a bigger discount? Yes, you do. Tell your guy you talk to. Schedule your phone call now. For the Get Residency service, since we have to send a criminal background check, can we send you recent up-to-date checks used as part of a job? They have to be dated within 6 months of March 15th. So March 15th, rewind 6 months. That has to be the date. It has to be 6 months within March 15th. So if you get it, so if it was 6 months ago, no. Won't work. It has to be within 6 months. My final niche idea, what do you think? Teaching nerdy men and women. Everyone thinks they're a nerd. So I don't know. Romantic piano songs to impress their partners or impress their next date. I like the offering. Romantic piano songs to impress their partner. That's good. That's a good offering. The niche needs some work. Teaching nerdy men and women. Don't know about that. Maybe a little more niched. All right, I'm going to do a few more, and then I got to go. A few more questions. I know you said not to build two businesses at the same time, but I have a big income business idea that I'm really excited about, but it will take a while before profitable. Could I build a bigger income business for the short term while slowly chipping away a few hours a month, the other one long? Could you do that? Yes, you could. I would not recommend it. Starting your own business is hard. Why would you want to make it harder? So I would not recommend that. Thanks for answering my question on charging per hour. Since it's related to a personal problem I solved and I want to focus on specific people, can this be a coaching program? Sure. Last 50% of session dropped out? No. Everyone's still on. Looks fine to me. I meant to say the fitness expert you currently work with. It is a secret. I will reveal it later. I am not discussed that publicly. Isn't it difficult to get a residency permit for Malaysia? Yes, it's more difficult than other places, but you can. It costs a little more money, but you can. It's more difficult than the really easy countries I focus on, but most of the planet is more difficult than the 4 or 5 countries I focus on because I focus on the 4 or 5 easiest countries in the world. So yeah. Dude, hot and humid climates are great. No, they're not. Tropical fruits, mangoes, avocado. No. I love Singapore, but as soon as you walk outside, within 10 minutes, 50 minutes, you're covered in sweat and you got to duck back into a building just to cool down. And that's like that year round. Kill me. Now, if you were born and raised there, it's fine. I asked these people in Singapore, how do you do this? You just, when you're born, you're used to it. It sucks, but you get used to it. I'm not. Fuck that shit. Even in Dubai in August, it's a little humid. Fuck that shit. No. All right. A few more questions. I got to go. For young men with little money, is Southeast Asia the best place to initially move to? In particular, within the shitty West. Best place? No, but one of the best. There is no best place. Southeast Asia or South America. That's the name of the game. Those 2 regions. Would helping men with Asperger's with OLD be? I don't know what old means. Men with Asperger's is a niche. That's definitely a niche. Yes. I don't know what OLD means. How do you plan your business effectively? That's a very broad question. I can't answer that in a simple answer. You sit down and map it out on a spreadsheet. What do you want to accomplish? What does it look like when it's done? That's a very complicated question. All right. I'll do 4 more questions. Then I got to buzz. Okay. I've been on here for 2 hours. I must like you guys. Damn. The more money I make, the harder it is to do this kind of thing because I'm like, it's an opportunity cost. What could I do? Actually, I'd be asleep right now, but sleep's critical to me. I have to have my 8 hours and 50 minutes every night. So I'm going to be sleeping in tomorrow. Although tomorrow's my semi-day off, so I guess I could do that. But still, I got to do some stuff before bed. All right, 4 more questions. If I cannot sign up for the 9-day biz due to financial issues, do you think that an average guy like me can still build a business through trial and error? Yes, that's the whole point of my content. Get my Alpha 2.0 business course. Get that. That's $1,000 or something like that. If you're super poor, get big income from little work. That's $20 and start there. Plus, you have other resources on the internet besides mine. Plus, you have my podcasts. You have my blog articles, hundreds of them, hundreds of podcasts, hundreds of videos. I got a lot of free shit. I'm here to help. So yes, that's the point of my content. Yes. And it's not trial and error. Follow my content. Be a lot less trial. The answer is yes, you can. From everything I learned here, I concluded that I'm screwed. You're wrong. Amazing what you're doing. Cool. Thanks, Zen. Is highly sensitive black men under 40 a niche? No, because no one self-identifies as highly sensitive, or if they do, they're not highly sensitive. You don't want people to self-identify. I've talked about how when people self-identify as conservatives, when you actually ask them questions, they're actually left-wingers in the United States. They love welfare and they want gun control, but they say they're conservative. No. Caleb, please share more inside baseball of the future of SEO and Alpha Male 2.0 and future offerings. More inside baseball, please. I don't like giving inside baseball. I can't do that. It's a secret. Can't do it. Although, join the SMIC immediately. That's another option you guys can do. I can give inside baseball there. Join the SMIC program. Join SMIC.com. It's the cheapest program I have. Do that. All right, 2 more questions. I got to go. Are you not messing with crypto at the moment due to the crashes bear market? No, I own a lot of crypto, and I bought a lot of crypto a while ago. I did a YouTube video. I sold my gold and bought crypto. Yes, I'm just not fucking around with it right now. Yes, it's still good to buy the dip, my opinion. Yes, Bitcoin at least, not crypto. Bitcoin, yes. Bitcoin's going to go up. Yes. I make more money, and I always have in my companies than my fucking Bitcoin. I make far more money in my business than I make in any investment. And you're looking at a guy who's never lost money in a given calendar year in his investment portfolio his entire life. And I'm the only man I personally know who can say that. And I've had years where I do, 140% return, like in 2020, when everyone's freaking out. So that's why. All right, last question. Now I got to go. Caleb, we have an offering between the 90-day business builder and the 500K business accelerator. I can't answer that question. There's some stuff in the works. But I can't answer that question. All right, I have to go. Your deadline to schedule your call is Monday, November 7th, Monday evening Eastern time. After that, you cannot schedule your call. You can have the call scheduled for after that date, but the program begins November 12th, 90-day business builder. It begins November 12th. Okay, so your deadline to get to 90-day business schedule call is Monday, and then you have to schedule that call. That call's been in your calendar well before Saturday, next Saturday, week from Saturday. Cool. And yes, if you bought any of my stuff, tell the guy we'll give you a discount. Just ask to give them your scenario, and likely he'll give you a discount. Now, I'm not guaranteeing it, but likely he will. Cool. This is the last chance you've got. A few more days. If you're watching the recording for this, you have very little time for this stuff. Cool. I got to go. I got to go to bed. I got to go night. I get my beauty sleep. I will see you guys very soon. I will do another live stream when I can. No promises. It's probably going to be a while because this is the 3rd one I've given you guys in the last few weeks. And I'm kind of busy, but I'll do the best I can. I will see you very soon. Have fun. Bye.